From Hollywood, it's time now for...
Johnny Dollar.
Dollar, this is Fred Starkey.
Starkey?
Worldwide Mutual out here in Columbus, Ohio.
Oh, sure, Fred. How are you?
Look here, Dollar, if you're free for a couple of days, I'd like to have you come on out here.
Oh, what's it all about?
Mrs. George Hemingway Tilford. Ever hear of her?
Tilford? No, I don't think so.
Pretty wealthy, especially since a fire a few months ago. It destroyed a big lumber yard that her husband left to her. And Dollar, she wants to see you right away.
Did she tell you why?
No, she's being very mysterious about it.
Something to do with that lumberyard fire, I suppose.
Well, she simply wouldn't say, but she insists on having you come out to see her.
Well, as long as your company won't quibble over the expense account.
Yes, I guess we're stuck for it.
Plus my usual fee, of course.
Well, now, that depends on what you mean by usual.
Let's talk about it when I get there.
CBS Radio brings you Bob Bailey in the exciting adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account. America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to the Worldwide Mutual Insurance Company, Columbus, Ohio office. Following is an account of expenses incurred during my investigation of the loss by a hair matter. Expense account item 1, $41.75, plane fare from Hartford to New York to Columbus, Ohio. It was after 2 a.m. when the big silver bird dropped me off at Port Columbus Airport. Item 2, $2.50 for a taxi into the Deschler Hilton. There was no time to rouse Fred Starkey out of bed, so item 3, $14.20 for a nightcap, a comfortable room there in the hotel, and a kind of brunch late the next morning. So late, as a matter of fact, that I had to wait for Starkey to come back from his lunch before I could see him at the office of Worldwide Mutual. See him and ask him questions.
Sorry, Dollar, but she just won't say.
Yeah, well, now look, Fred, I like to know something about a case I've come this far to handle.
I'm not even sure there's a case here.
Well, you told me that she owned a big lumber yard that had burned down some months ago.
Exactly 9 weeks ago.
All right, how much insurance?
Dollar, it was a total loss. It cost the company $330,000.
Wow, wait.
Fortunately, it was underinsured.
Underinsured?
Well, these days, the ground alone out there is worth that much.
Out where?
It's near Minerva Park.
Arson by any chance?
No. No sign of it whatsoever.
She, possibly need the money?
Hardly. Her husband left her over $250,000 in securities when he died a couple of years ago.
No. Nothing suspicious at all, huh?
Except that suspicious mind of yours. Now, listen, Johnny, I didn't say her wanting to see you has anything to do with that fire. That was your idea. Maybe she just wants a look at you. A great admirer of yours, I understand.
Oh, sure.
Well, do you always expect to find arson, fraud, or murder, some sort of crime whenever somebody calls on you?
No, not always. Well, that's the way it usually turns out.
But don't you see, if this had something to do with her insurance, she would have said as much.
But if it hasn't, why did she ask for me?
Well, I told you.
You told me what?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know why she wants to see you, but I'm willing to bet that it has nothing to do with that fire.
$500?
$500.
Huh. Fred, how do I get there? Item 4, a $50 deposit on a rental car, and I drove north on Cleveland Avenue, that's Route 3, to the pleasant little town of Minerva Park. The Tilford home, while not a mansion, was a large stone and stucco affair with plenty of trees and well-kept lawns. All in all, a real nice place in good condition.
Yes? Oh!
The surprise was the widow Tilford. In her middle 60s, I guess, but with a sparkle in her eye that made you feel she ought to be 25 years younger. She was dressed in well-tailored sport clothes. Her hair was gray, but cut in a short bob. And her subtle use of makeup made her look like a million.
Johnny Dollar.
Mrs. Tilford?
That's right. And, Johnny, I'm such a fan of yours and that radio program that I hear every Sunday on WBNS that, well, I'll break down and confess that about a year ago I wrote and asked for your picture.
Oh?
And you wrote me the nicest letter when you sent it.
Oh, of course. Grace Tilford.
That's right. And when you started off the letter with Dear Grace, why, it made me feel almost young again.
Oh, you know something? I think you are pretty young, Mrs. Tilford.
Oh, one look at you, Johnny, and I wish I was. But with this old heart of mine hitting on only about one cylinder... Come in.
Yeah, sure.
And now listen. We're going to bypass the living room and sneak into the library.
Sneak in?
Yes. So that we can talk alone for a little while. You see, your 3 suspects are there in the living room. You see?
Just, what do you mean by suspects?
Right in here, Johnny, and they won't disturb us.
Okay.
Now, sit down and be comfortable.
Thanks.
Now, Johnny, I suppose you're curious about why I sent for you.
Yeah, well, according to Fred Starkey, it's all a big mystery.
Oh, mystery's right. Was right. But, Johnny, I've solved it.
Oh?
Yes. The mystery of why my lumberyard burned down a few weeks ago.
You mean it was set?
That's exactly what I mean. I had no proof in the beginning, no reason to think it was set, but I have now.
By whom, Mrs. Tilford?
Oh, I wish you'd call me Grace, Johnny, just to flatter me a bit.
Okay, sure. But who set the fire? All right. You said 3 suspects out there in the living room.
That's right. Would you like to go in and meet them? And then pick out the one it is?
You say that one of those 3 people sitting out there in the living room set that lumberyard fire.
Yes, Johnny, and I collected $330,000 on it after all. The police and firemen had found nothing to indicate arson.
Oh, believe me, it's hard to spot in a fire like that.
Then I got to thinking about those 3, about how each of them could profit by it.
Possible that all 3 could have had a hand in it?
Oh, those 3 get together on anything, trust each other. Oh, never, never.
Okay, then.
Then a couple of days ago, I learned something. Proof that one of them did it.
Which one?
Well, if I know you, you're clever enough to find out.
But if you already know, and suppose the one who did it knows that you know.
Oh, not a chance. Oh, at least I don't think there is. And at least none of them has made any move against
But
me.
if one of them... you'd better tell me which one.
Well, now, John. Do you ever tell who's the guilty one on your radio program right at the beginning?
Oh, now, let's face it, this is a little bit different. If you're holding out just for the sake of a big dramatic climax.
Oh, well, yes and no.
Oh, come on. Now, listen, Miss Tilford.
Grace.
All right, Grace. But now, please, listen to me.
You listen, Johnny. I said I have proof, but I have to be absolutely sure. And there's where you can not only help me, but you'll know exactly how to proceed, how to take him in, or her, without danger to the rest of us.
Well, listen, will you? If the guilty one knows that you know, you might be in pretty serious danger.
Even with you around?
Yes, even with me around.
Well, I'm simply not going to tell you until you've met them and drawn your own conclusions.
Okay, then let's get in it.
All right. The middle-aged man is Harry W. Shelder, my husband's business manager before he passed on. He's not only very clever, but his sole interest in life is in money.
I see.
He did very well for my husband, but I've always felt he was really looking out for himself.
But why set off the lumberyard?
Because replaced by homes and stores and supermarkets that could be worth millions, he said.
Ah, and you refused to do that?
Yes. The lumber company had been in our family for generations. Gave me all the money I could want, so I wouldn't change it.
But if it just happened to burn to the ground?
Exactly. All of my objections would be wiped out.
Uh-huh. Then if he's the
Now,
one...
Wait, Johnny. Then there's Michael Tilford.
Well, the younger man I noticed in there.
Our adopted son. After college, business college, he tried to make his way, but not very successfully. Actually, he's been living on our bounty the past few years.
A ne'er-do-well, Grace?
Oh, well, he's not very good at anything. His ideas for that property aren't so ambitious as Harry Shelder's, but he's wanted me to sell it out to one of the development companies. And why? Because my husband's will provided that in the event of my death, he'd get half the income from it.
I see.
Mm-hmm. So he was bitterly opposed to my keeping it as a lumberyard.
Well, motive for one, motive for two. And who's the third, the girl I saw in there?
Nancy Willard, my niece. Ever since her parents died, quite penniless, by the way, we've taken care of her.
Uh-huh.
It's simply out of pity, Johnny, not love. And, although I may change it now, she's heir to the bulk of my estate.
Yeah. Well, offhand, I'd say that Michael is the least suspect of the three. Let's go talk to them.
But I'll leave you alone with them. I want to clean up before dinner and wash my hair. It's a mess.
Looks great to me.
What? Like this?
Okay. You gals have to have something to fuss about, I suppose. Now, let's go in and see those folks. Under the circumstances, there was nothing I could do but play along with her little game, her dramatic little mystery matter. But not for too long. On the excuse she had to go up and wash her hair, she left me with them there in the living room. And what a trio.
As I've told you half a dozen times now, Dollar, Mrs. Tilford hasn't long to live. According to her doctor, not more than 5 or 6 years at the most. Don't you see what I mean?
Maybe, Mr. Shelter. Go on.
As long as she's alive and lets me handle things, she can make millions with that property.
And you?
Well, of course, I get a percentage of the capital gains I achieve for her.
And I say those fancy plans of yours are too much of a gamble, Harry.
Just wait,
I
Michael.
say play it safe. Let somebody else take the risk. That's all. Then all we have to do is... all Mother has to do is sit by and share in the profit.
A small share instead of all the profit.
With you running things, I'd want a pretty good accounting, Harry.
You think you could handle a project like I have in mind?
One like I have in mind. Nothing to it.
I wouldn't trust your judgment or you, as a matter of fact.
Oh, now stop it, kid. What kind of people will Johnny Dollar think we are? Sorry, Johnny.
Oh, I find this all very interesting, Nancy.
Don't you see, Dollar? Listen to me.
No, you listen, Michael. Every time we get together this way, it's the same old thing. I've said it before, and I say it again. Let Auntie Grace handle things her own way.
Of course, you're well provided for without even having to lift a finger.
That's right, Harry. I'm not one of the hired help.
Nancy, I resent that.
But she does have a point there.
Sure, so go ahead and resent, but... Oh, now, look, it's cocktail time, so let's have Haskell bring in the drinks and talk about other things, or just get quietly loaded. Haskell! Mrs. Haskell!
There's no reason why one of us can't bring us.
Don't bother, Harry.
Yes, you called to me, miss?
Bring in the portable bar and plenty of ice cubes.
Yes, Mum. I'll be after getting it for you right away.
Where's my aunt?
About to get under the hairdryer last time I was up the stairs.
Tell her to come down and join us.
Yes, Mum, that'll work.
And while we're waiting, let's try to be civil to each other.
To say I didn't particularly like these three would be an understatement. And I could picture any one of them having set that fire. For the next few minutes, they simply sat and glared at each other until we heard Mrs. Haskell come running clumsily down the stairs.
Miss Nancy, Mr. Shelder, Mr. Michael.
Haskell, I thought you were going to bring...
Haskell, what's the matter?
It's Mrs. Tilford up there in her room.
Well?
She's dead.
Mrs. Tilford, there in her bedroom, had died alone. Apparently, she'd been sitting under a hairdryer, then simply fallen to the floor, the big professional-looking machine falling beside her. Fortunately, the heating coils had apparently broken before they could set fire to anything. A big hunk of suspicion started building up at the back of my head. But then Dr. Taylor came and pronounced it death from a heart attack.
And yet I must confess I certainly didn't... Well, she took such good care of herself. I was certain she'd live on for several years. Well, I'll go downstairs and make out my report and arrange to have the body taken care of.
Well, we won't have to argue about the handling of her affairs anymore. Unless, of course, the court lets me act as executor of her estate. In which case, I warn you...
Harry, how can you be so callous about it?
Oh, the poor dear darling.
Oh, shut up, Haskell.
But Michael's right, Harry.
Oh, sure. I suppose you two are heartbroken about her dying like this.
Alone. She died all alone up here.
Quit.
While we were downstairs trying to pick her apart like a bunch of vultures, in spite of the way she treated all of us.
What do you mean by that, Mike?
We got so much better than we deserved, that's what I mean. All three of us. Harry, never bothering to see her, to come here and be nice to her. Just parked in his office in town, juggling figures to get as much out of her as he could.
Michael, I resent...
I don't care if you do. Heaven only knows how much you've cheated her since Father died.
Only your foster father, remember?
And Nancy, sitting around here, sponging off her, sweet-talking her, waiting for her to die.
Look who's talking. With all the things she's done for you, Michael, you haven't even had the decency to come and visit her now and then.
Yes, I know.
When was the last time you were here? A month ago, 6 weeks ago, the last time that Harry was here.
Is that true, Mike?
Yes, Mr. Dollar, I'm afraid
But
it
you
is.
didn't hesitate to accept the money she kept sending you.
At least I... I tried to make my own way.
Oh, sure. Big, ambitious little Michael.
Well, what have you done for us?
At least I've stayed here these past few weeks and gone through the motions of being nice to her. Kept her company, helped her with her clothes, fixed her hair for her, and, well...
Is that true, Mrs. Haskell?
Yes, sir.
Fixed her hair for her. Big deal.
Miss Nancy even bought her that big hair-drying machine.
Oh.
And the poor dear loved it so she was washing her hair 3 and 4 times a week.
Now, what's that got to do with what
Wait a
we're
minute.
discussing?
That's right. If it hadn't been for this crazy machine, she would have been downstairs where we might have...
Wait.
Well, don't take it out on the hairdryer,
I
Michael.
said wait a minute. My brain was fairly spinning. A news item in the New York papers less than a month ago. A freak accident, 1 in a million at a beauty parlor. A professional hairdryer machine, exactly like the one lying here on the floor. There'd been pictures of it, sketches, to show exactly what had happened. A tiny wire had come loose. It shocked the customer so badly that she'd lost consciousness. There'd been a big noise over it. And now here was Mrs. Tilford, a little frail old lady with a heart condition. Yeah.
What is it, Mr. Dollar?
Yes, Johnny. What's that funny look supposed to mean?
Plenty. Mrs. Haskell, did you ever help Mrs. Tilford with this machine?
Oh, jeez, I'd never even touched that contraption of the devil, sir.
Dollar, this old biddy wouldn't even let Mrs. Tilford install an electric stove. But I failed to...
Listen, when was this thing purchased?
Well, about 3 weeks ago. I still have the bill for it in my office. Another of Nancy's little tricks gave it to Mrs. Tilford as a gift, but charged it to her account. But I failed to see...
3 weeks ago. So when I find the wire on it, it was cut instead of simply broken off when it fell.
Mr. Dollar?
Yeah, and I'm glad you didn't kick this thing anymore, Mike. You see it here? When she clamped this thing on her head, this wire touched her wet scalp.
Oh, now just... Good heaven.
Then when she turned on the switch, well, that was it. Harry, you haven't been here for weeks.
Well, I know, but I...
Nor have you, Michael. And Mrs. Haskell was afraid to touch the thing. Well...
Nancy.
Yeah, Nancy. You were here, Nancy. And a few weeks ago, when you read in the papers how one of these machines might...
No!
Heaven
Dollar!
Oh, put it down, Nancy.
No. I'll kill you. I'll kill all of you. Sure, I did it, but nobody will ever know, because none of you will be alive.
That's where you're wrong, Nancy!
Michael! All right, Nancy.
No! Let go of me!
Sorry.
Learned a little lesson in clean living from this, Harry?
Yes. Yes, Dollar. I'll call the police.
So Nancy's wild shot busted one of his ribs, but Michael recovered. Nancy, I don't know what the penalty for murder is in Ohio, but believe me, she'll find out the hard way. As for the estate, well, that's up to the courts, too. No doubt much of what might have been Nancy's share will go to the company for that payment on the fire. Expense account total, including the trip back to Hartford, $162.70. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Our star to tell you about next week's story.
Next week, a night in Paris that brings me fun, romance, and a quick brush with that old character known as Death. Join us, won't you? Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, starring Bob Bailey, originates in Hollywood and is written, produced, and directed by Jack Johnstone. Heard in our cast were Virginia Gregg, Helen Cleve, Shirley Mitchell, Ben Wright, Sam Edwards, Harry Bartell, and Lawrence Dobkin. Be sure to join us next week, same time and station, for another exciting story of Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. This is Jim Matthews speaking.
Johnny Dollar.
Johnny, this is Jake Kessler. You know, Greater Southwest Insurance Company?
Out there in Kingman, Arizona?
That's right.
Well, hiya, Jake. What's on your mind?
One of my clients, Johnny, insured for $30,000. Has a little cattle ranch. Name is Rafe Chisholm.
Rafe Chisholm.
That's right. Owns a Circle RC layout. Lays over between here and that Lake Mojave resort you're always going
What's
to.
the trouble? He losing some of his cattle?
Oh, losing plenty of them. They're being poisoned.
Oh?
Only it's not them steers I'm worried about. It's Rafe.
What do you mean?
Well, Johnny, I just found out that he just found out who's been contaminating them water troughs.
Yeah, who, Jake?
Well, he won't say, but listen.
Yeah?
If he really does, well, I know Rafe Chisholm pretty good, Johnny. He's a bad character. I wished I'd never sold him insurance.
Yeah?
Well, if he does know, well, Johnny, this whole thing is going to end up in a killing. Either whoever's doing this or Rafe himself.
The Circle RC.
That's right. So, will you come out here and see what you can do about it right away?
Sure. Okay, Jake, I'll be there.
CBS Radio brings you Bob Bailey in the exciting adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account, America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Thirsty people everywhere prefer ice-cold Pepsi-Cola. And because it's light, it refreshes without filling.
Charlie, be sociable.
I am, Kay. Pepsi is a favorite of thirsty people from Maine to Hawaii, from Alaska to Florida.
Charlie.
It's perfect for parties or picnics, so serve Pepsi to your guests.
That's helpful, but...
This is the sociable part. Keep plenty of Pepsi ice cold and ready. Remember, it goes fast because everybody likes Pepsi.
Singing still sounds more inviting. May I? Be sociable, look smart, keep up to date with Pepsi. Drink light, refreshing Pepsi. Stay young and fair, debonair, be sociable, have a Pepsi.
But singing doesn't say, pick up an extra carton of Pepsi today. Better yet, get a case.
You do that.
And now, Act One of yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to the Greater Southwest Insurance Company, Kingman, Arizona office. The following is an account of expenses incurred during my investigation of the Sidewinder matter. Jake Kessler hadn't given me very much to go on, but if my old friend Buster Favor, if Buster knew about the Circle RC and its troubles, well, expense account item 1 is $350 for a phone call to Davis Dam 72, the Lake Mojave Resort.
I sure do know about that water poisoning over at the Circle RC, Johnny. After all, it's only 50 or 60 miles from here.
Good. Then, Buster...
I only hope you can get on out here before somebody gets killed over it.
Yeah, that's about the way Jake Kessler put it to me. So how'd you like to meet me at the airport over in Vegas?
Be glad to.
All right. Now, Buster, the best connection I can make will get me in there at 6 o'clock in the morning, okay?
I'll be waiting for you, Johnny.
Good. Item 2, 16390, plane fare to Las Vegas, Nevada. True to his word, Buster Favor was there waiting for me. In his car, we headed east on Route 95 to Boulder City, then turned south toward Kingman. And I wondered just how much food there was for a herd of beef cattle out here in this seemingly bare desert country.
Well, sure, it's a problem, Johnny, but a much bigger one is keeping them supplied with enough water. See those windmills here and there?
Yeah, I've noticed them.
Well, every one of them has a big water tank and a watering trough at the base of it. Without them, those Herefords would all die off. We turn here.
All right. Jake Kessler said this Rafe Chisholm is a pretty bad character.
You ask me, Johnny, Rafe just soon kill a man as he would talk to him. The Sidewinder, they call him. And good reason, too. He's just as mean as a Sidewinder.
Ah?
That's why nobody was very happy to see him politic himself into a lease on that good ranch land with all the water it's got on it. Doubt if a single one of his pumps ever goes dry, which is more than you can say for most of the wells out here, believe me.
But now somebody's poisoning the water for him.
That's right.
Any idea who?
No doubt about it.
Who, Buster?
His ex-partner in a gold mine. Another bad character. Name is Jerry McCoy. It was by cheating Mac out of his share of the mine that Chisholm got the money to lease the ranch.
I see.
And Mac swore if he ever caught up with Chisholm, he'd get even with him. Ask me, Johnny, Mac has caught up with him.
As western cattle ranches go, it apparently wasn't a very large one. But Buster pointed out where the fence line extended nearly 2 miles back into the mountains at the east end of it. As we neared the ranch house, I could see what he'd meant about the water. There were more trees and green than I'd seen anywhere else in this desert country. The ranch house itself was a sprawling, unpainted affair, but there was a flower garden at the side that appeared to be doing quite well. A dozen or so chickens pecking away at the dirt. As we stopped, a woman came running out of the door, came over to meet us.
Oh, it's you, Mr. Favor.
Howdy, Miss Chisholm. I'd like you to meet Mr. Johnny Dollar.
Howdy, Mr. Dollar.
Hi.
Listen.
Johnny's
now,
a special investigator for your husband's insurance company.
Oh, then you got to do something, Mr. Dollar. Do something about my husband, about Ray.
Well, he's the one I came to see. Is he here?
No. No, that's the reason you've got to do something about him. You've got to stop him.
From what?
Oh, it was about an hour ago that my son come in from out on the range. My son, Wayne.
Yeah?
Wayne had been over along the east fence fixing to repair a broken post, but instead he come on back here and told his pa, told Ray.
Told him what, Mrs. Chisholm?
Jerry McCoy. Wayne had saw McCoy out there fooling around the trough at the windmill, fixing to poison it. He must have been.
And it is McCoy.
Oh, what did your husband do about it?
Oh, he grabbed his pistol, that old .45, and that knapsack of his'n, and he rode out there after him. Rafe will kill him, Mr. Dollar. Oh, he'll get killed himself, Mr. Dollar.
Yeah, knapsack, did you say?
Oh, yes, sir, that knapsack.
Oh, why do you say it that way? What's in it?
I don't rightly know, Mr. Dollar. Last few days, ever since he heard that McCoy was in these parts, he wouldn't let anybody touch it. He's kept it hid away.
That's funny.
Miss Chisholm, you think Wayne could show us where it was he saw Jerry McCoy?
I don't know where he is. Wayne has gone out somewheres, too, and I'm so worried about him.
Why do you say that, Mrs. Chisholm?
With Rafe and the kind of temper he's in, anybody got in his way or tried to stop him? Rafe's a dangerous man, Mr. Dollar, and he's got that gun with him.
What, his own son?
You don't know that Rafe, mister.
And we better find him quick.
We'll have to track him, Johnny. Miss Chisholm, are there a couple of extra horses we can use?
Oh, yes. Help
A
yourself.
lot better than a car out there in that mesquite and sage. Come on. And maybe we'll find Wayne for you, too.
Oh, I hope so, Mr. Favor. I hope he's all right.
Yes, sir. I hope so, too. But with that crazy man out there with a gun.
Yeah, come on, Buster. It looks like we've got our work cut out for us.
Smoking more now, but enjoying it less. Have a real cigarette, have a Camel. The best tobacco makes the very best smoke. Have a real cigarette, have a Camel. Are you looking for flavor and mildness? Have a real cigarette, have a Camel. The best tobacco makes the very best smoke. Have a real cigarette, a real cigarette, a real cigarette, have a Camel.
Again, for the 11th straight year, Camel outsold every other cigarette, filter, king size, and regular. The best tobacco makes the best smoke. So if you're smoking more now but enjoying it less, change to Camels. Get more real satisfaction every time. Start to really enjoy smoking again.
Have a real cigarette, a real cigarette, a real cigarette, have a Camel.
And now, Act Two of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, and the Sidewinder Matter.
Yeah, Johnny, I was afraid of this.
Afraid of what?
Those tracks down there, those hoof prints.
I still don't see how you spot them, Buster, among all the cattle tracks and the other hoof prints.
They're real fresh, Johnny. And Rafe's mount turns out his left forefoot a little. See it there?
No.
The other tracks that follow his, that must be the boy's horse. If Wayne catches up with him or old Rafe sees he's being followed, you got a gun with you, haven't you?
Yeah, right here.
Good. But I sure hope you don't have... Oh,
yeah, I heard that. Gunshot, huh?
Pistol shot. Must have been that .45 Rafe's carrying.
And it probably means that he's found McCoy.
Or he's discovered that Wayne's trailing him.
If only we had some way of knowing where that shot came from.
If only I hadn't been so busy talking my fool head off. So, well, I guess the only thing we can do is to keep following those tracks. Hey, wait.
Oh, boy.
Johnny, that shot came from over there at Black Canyon, way over there to the right. Rafe has a windmill and a water trough and an old feed shack, too.
Then let's go.
Oh, boy. Come on. Look over there. The top of that mesa.
Those big dust clouds building up.
I knew this here was too still out here. Johnny, that dust over the mesa coming this way means that inside of 5, maybe 10 minutes, we're going to be in the middle of the worst sandstorm you ever heard of.
Well, we better get on back to the ranch.
We'd never make it. We got to find cover. Come on, boy.
All right. But where, Buster?
Over there on the right. Shadow Mountain. Big cave in the side of it.
Then let's go, brother. Come on, boy. Up, up.
Just pray we can make it, Johnny. And believe me, I mean pray. Get out.
It was less than a mile to the cave in the side of Shadow Mountain. But by the time we'd covered half the distance, the sandstorm came roaring in on us. The hot, dry wind pounded and pummeled us at 50 or 60 miles an hour, hurling clouds of blinding, cutting sand ahead of it. How the horses were able to take this, I'll never know. Bent low in the saddle, our hats pulled down with handkerchiefs over our faces. We not only couldn't see, we could hardly breathe. As the storm got worse, we were forced to dismount, to cover the heads of the horses with our coats, to lead them on foot. But we kept on, and I prayed that Buster still knew where he was going. Buster, whom I could track only by hanging onto the tail of the horse that he was leading. Then, finally, the lee of Shadow Mountain. The life-saving protection afforded by the deep cave in the side of it. And there, to keep us company, were other fugitives from the sandstorm. Half a dozen jackrabbits, a couple of coyotes, a fox, and several kinds of rats and mice, huddled together silently, forgetting for the moment all the ancient instinctive enmities in their escape from the peril outside of the cave. And the wind roared with the sound of thunder, as though shrieking its anger, its frustration at having failed to smother us out there, as though now trying to deafen us with its sheer power. As we crouched there, the horses stayed close to us, making strange sounds, little sounds that I'd never heard before. It was almost like the whimpering of a frightened child. Then, after what seemed like ages, but could only have been a couple of hours, the wind subsided, as suddenly as it had come up. I started to rise, but Buster touched my arm and motioned me to wait. And then came the hail. A hailstorm of the kind you may hear about but never quite believe. Right here in the middle of the Mojave Desert. Hailstorms, some of them almost as big as golf balls, dashed against the rocks outside. And some of those hailstones rolled into the cave, then melted at our feet. Finally, it stopped. The little animals who'd been our companions quietly looked at one another, then one at a time departed. Maybe a little chastened by this having shared the comfort of each other's presence for a while.
Well, Johnny, kind of gives you a respect for this desert, doesn't it?
Yeah. Too bad those animals don't always get along so well. So peacefully, isn't it?
I guess you could say that about some of the people in this world, too, couldn't you? Well, we lost our trail, but we know where those shots came. Johnny.
Now what?
Half under that rock, the one that blocks the entrance to this.
Somebody lying there, Buster. Must have come in during the storm.
Wayne. Johnny, it's young Wayne Chisholm. Wayne. Wayne. Are you all right, boy?
Hello, Mr. Favor.
You're hurt, Wayne. You've been shot. Who did this?
My pa.
Your pa? Rafe Chisholm?
I'll be all right.
What happened?
It was terrible.
Tell us, boy. Tell us.
Terrible. Terrible.
Act 3 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, in a moment. Meet star Stuart Irwin.
Nothing's worse for an actor than a nasty cold. To feel better quickly, I take wonderful 4-way cold tablets. The fast way to relieve cold distress.
Right. Tests of all the leading cold tablets proved 4-way fastest acting. 4-way starts in minutes to relieve muscular pains, headache, reduce fever, calm upset stomach, also overcomes irregularity.
Take my advice. For your next cold, take 4-way cold tablets. The fast way to relieve those cold miseries.
4-way, only 29 cents. And now here's a word about another fine product of Grove Laboratories. To get rid of embarrassing dandruff in 3 minutes, change to Fitch Dandruff Remover Shampoo. 3 minutes with Fitch regularly is guaranteed to keep unsightly dandruff away forever. Apply Fitch before wetting hair. Rub in 1 minute. Add water, lather 1 minute. Then rinse 1 minute. Every trace of dandruff goes down the drain. 3 minutes with Fitch and embarrassing dandruff's gone. At the same time, Fitch can brighten hair up to 35%. Get Fitch Dandruff Remover Shampoo today. And now, Act 3 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Wayne, boy, listen to me. You mean your own father shot you?
Yes, sir. But it's all right. He only nicked me.
What happened, Wayne?
Well, I don't think he meant to hit me, Mr. Faber.
Well?
But when he saw that I'd followed him after he got there looking for Jerry McCoy...
Did he find McCoy?
Well, he told me to go back, and he cursed me, and he fired a couple of wild shots at me.
The 3 we heard.
But I don't think he meant to hit me.
I wonder.
Then I hid behind some deer brush, and then worked my way down again so as I could see what he was doing.
Well, what about McCoy?
Oh, Pa found him all right. There in the feed shack, there in Black Canyon, where he was skinning out one of our young steers, in there out of the sun.
Okay, then, Johnny, we better get on over.
No, wait, Buster. Then what happened, Wayne?
It was terrible, mister. It was awful. I was close enough I could see him. I could hear him through the open window of the feed shack.
You think I didn't know all the time it was you, McCoy, that was poisoning the water for my cattle?
Yeah? Well, I told you I'd get even for what you'd done to me over in that gold mine, Rafe, and now I've got you just... No, put down that gun. Don't kill me, Rafe.
Kill you? And get myself in real trouble?
Then put it down, put it away. See, I got no gun on me.
I ought to kill you, Mac. I've been thinking about this a long time, about what I'd do when I caught you. But what's the use? What's the use of killing you?
Now, listen, Rafe, I'll make it up to you for the cattle I poisoned.
Make it up?
Yeah.
The insurance takes care of that. So, Mac, I'm going to let you go.
Yeah. Mean you ain't gonna turn me over to the police?
Only if you do exactly what I tell you to do.
Yeah, Rafe, I'll do anything.
Sure you will, because I got this gun on you. Now start cutting a lot of strips. A lot of thongs off of that steer hide.
Yeah. You're gonna tie me up? You're gonna leave me out here to die?
Do like I tell you. Go ahead. Or maybe I will pull this trigger.
But you said you'd let me go, Rafe.
Hurry up. You're going to need a lot of them.
Me? Why, I don't understand you.
You think I'd want anybody to know I let you go? The man that was poisoning my cattle? Keep cutting them strips.
I am, Rafe, I am.
No, it's got to look like you got the best of me. Tied me up and left.
What?
You're going to tie me up to this post in here.
Tie you up?
Go ahead, do like I tell you. Go ahead, Mac. Unless you want a bullet in your head. Go ahead. All right. Pull them strips around my ankle tighter.
Yeah, Rafe, short.
Put another one around my neck, around the post.
Yeah. But if this is some trick on me, Rafe.
There ain't no trick.
But now listen, a couple of days out here with no water, you die.
Come on, tighter. I still got this gun on you.
But I'm no killer, Rafe.
You won't be. Because a couple of hours and that boy of mine will be back here with help.
I don't
They
trust
see me tied up this way, they'll never know I got soft and let you get away.
I still don't trust you. Yeah.
You got no choice.
Now, here you are. You'll never get loose. Unless they come out and cut you loose.
You think I'd take this chance if I didn't know they would? You get out of here. The wind's coming up, and there's going to be a sandstorm.
All right, I will.
And, here.
Your gun?
That's right. Take it. Because I know you ain't got the guts to use it on me. And it's better if they think you took it off me.
I don't get it, Rafe. But I better get out of here before they come for you.
That's right. You can take my horse, too.
Your horse, too, huh? Well, sure I will.
Don't touch that knapsack out there on the ground.
Knapsack? Why, Rafe, that's the one you carried when we was prospecting. You mean...
No. Any nuggets in that are mine, Mac.
Nuggets? Gold? Ah, yeah, some of the gold you cheated me out of, huh? I'll see for myself.
No. Mac, you open that knapsack and you'll be sorry.
Eh? Will I? Well, you can't stop me. Tied up that way, you can't stop me.
Now,
because now,
open it up.
what's in here rightly belongs to me.
And there in that that knapsack was 3 sidewinders.
Sidewinders? Rattlesnakes?
Good Lord.
McCoy, he didn't have a chance.
Good Lord.
There was enough poison in them.
Yeah. And not knowing that you'd seen all this, but knowing you'll come back with help, that we'll find him tied up there.
Yeah, Johnny. Rafe's made it look like he has a perfect alibi. Not that McCoy didn't deserve to die, poisoning cattle.
It's still murder, Buster. Wayne, do you think you can make it to the ranch?
Yes, sir.
Then come on, Buster. We'll go on to Black Canyon. We'll pick up our killer.
Okay, Johnny. Ironic, isn't it?
Yeah. All trussed up and waiting for us. By his own doing. It was late in the afternoon by the time we reached the watering trough in the old feed shack. And the body of Jerry McCoy, already half buried by the sandstorm. And I wondered what sort of punishment could possibly be enough for the man who'd done this to him. Yeah, I wondered until we found Rafe Chisholm tied to that post.
Wait a minute. Johnny. We're too late.
I know.
Rawhide. Green steer hide. As it dried out, it shrank tighter and tighter around his body. Around his neck until
Yeah. I don't know. And who's to question the ways of justice? Expense account total, including a couple of drinks for Buster and myself, and the trip back to Hartford, $345.40. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
And now, here's our star to tell you about next week's program.
Next week, Long Beach, California, looking for the tidy sum of $75,000. Join us, won't you? Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Johnny Dollar.
St. Clair, Mr. Dollar, and Kennett, Missouri. Would it be possible for you to come out here right away?
Kennett, Missouri. What did you say your name is?
Charles Kingsley St. Clair. I'm...
Oh, yeah, with Providential Assurance Company.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah, now, wait a minute. I thought you were leaving the company. If
Dollar.
you're such a gentleman, you just couldn't stand doing business with the poor, wretched clients you inherited.
Mr. Dollar, I am a changed man.
Well, good for you.
It is true that some of the people that I've been sent down here to deal with, well, I consider them nothing more than poor white trash, ignorant, illiterate.
Well, I'll say this for them. They sure know how to make some pretty powerful moonshine.
Right, very true.
Yeah, if one of those characters hadn't poured some of that white mule down my gullet, I doubt if I'd have been crazy enough to go out after that killer.
But thanks to you, Dade Wupperman was indicted, tried, found guilty, and has been incarcerated.
Yeah, that was the one, Dade Wupperman.
Unfortunately, Mr. Dollar, Dade has a brother. His name is Daniel. I beg your pardon. Daniel. He's been making trouble, very serious trouble.
Oh? Like what?
Murders.
I see.
So if you take a plane to Memphis, I shall be more than glad to meet you there.
Oh, now look, mister, I was lucky once. Got out of that swamp country alive. But I'd be nuts to stick my neck out again. And since those people already know who I am, what my job is... Okay, St. Clair, I'll grab a plane.
CBS Radio brings you Bob Bailey in the exciting adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account, America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to the Providential Assurance Company office in Kennett, Missouri. Following is an account of expenses incurred during my investigation of the deadly swamp matter. Item 1 is 7645 plane fare, Hartford to Memphis. Charles Kingsley St. Clair met me as promised, and apparently the man had changed considerably from the snooty, better-than-thou stuffed shirt I'd found him to be on my first trip.
Yes, Mr. Dollar, in spite of my earlier feelings about the clients my predecessor had left me.
Yeah, I know, Mr. St. Clair. But those moonshiners and such existing in that 20-mile swamp are hardly typical of the folks living around Kennett, where your office is.
Oh, I realize that now, and I shall stay in Kennett, try to justify the company's confidence in placing me there.
Very good.
Nevertheless, when I came to this part of the country, the swamp people were the only ones with whom I had to deal. They were the only ones to whom he had sold insurance, and when I saw the horrible, dirty, squalid way in which they lived in those broken-down shacks full of vermin...
Kind of turned your stomach, huh?
Quite frankly, it did exactly that. That's why I requested transfer to our New England offices. But now, of course, I plan to stay down here. Now, when you came here before, you taught me a great lesson in how to deal with them, how to understand them.
Yeah? By having my car wrecked for me, by getting shot at and nearly drowned in that swamp.
But you succeeded in enlisting the help, the cooperation of the good ones among them, and earning their respect.
Well, I had to do something to get out of there alive.
The point is that you did. You have friends among them now, and you'll be willing to help you again.
Yeah, well, that's something that... Oh, now, wait a minute.
Yeah.
You mean these murders you call me about? They're back in that swamp country, too? Oh, great.
Oh, no, Mr.
And I thought that maybe for once... Okay, St. Clair, let's have it. What's it all about?
As I told you, a series of murders.
So you're having to pay out a lot of insurance.
No.
And you think that I can somehow, miraculously, put a stop to... Huh? Did I hear you say no somewhere along the line?
No, the victims of these murders have, they've been, relatives of some of my clients.
Up in the swamp country?
Up in the swamp country.
Well?
Clients whom you know, whom you met when you were here before.
Go on.
And thanks to you and what you did for them, they regard the company, and therefore me, and you, as a kind of, as a protective agency. A protection for them, with only their best interests at heart. That sort of thing is very good for the company. Yeah. Shall we stop for some lunch?
Yeah, sure, go ahead and stop if you like. But if you think you can talk me into meddling into these murders when it's a job for the law...
but it's not for the law.
What do you mean by that?
Well, as I told you before, these people living far beyond any town or city limit, they're pretty much a law unto themselves.
Well, yeah, that I know. And the local police leave them alone.
They have no jurisdiction.
So what about the state authorities?
Well, that region of the big swamp pretty much straddles the state line.
Oh?
Neither state wants it. And I can't blame them. In any event, when a murder occurs, by the time jurisdiction is established... Miss Dollar...
Well?
Do you remember the beneficiary of the policy you came down here to pay off with the insurance money?
A Eupha Crump.
That's right.
Yeah, real sweet, pretty young kid.
Yes.
St. Clair, I'll never forget the look in her eyes, the almost childish, unabashed gratitude when I gave her that money.
Yes.
Now she can have pretty clothes for a change, good food on the table.
Oh,
she can fix up that little house she and her kids live in, buy some lace curtains for the windows, and... Oh, what do you mean, no?
Eupha was the latest victim of this killing. What?
Come on, St. Clair. Tell me what you know so I can get to work on this thing.
Next time you refresh, enjoy a frosty, ice-cold Pepsi-Cola.
Sociability, Charlie.
All right, Kay, how's this? Pepsi is light, refreshes without filling. You like to refresh? Have a Pepsi right now.
Well, offer it to everybody, Charlie.
I will. Enjoy Pepsi at the fountain. It's delicious at home, too. Have one at lunch or with a snack.
Charlie.
At the beach or at dinner. Wherever you go, Pepsi is there.
It's here, too, in our Be Sociable song. Be sociable, look smart, keep up to date with Pepsi. Drink light, refreshing Pepsi. Stay young and fair and debonair. Be sociable, have a Pepsi.
For the weekend, have plenty of Pepsi around. Pick up an extra carton today. CK, I'm sociable.
With Pepsi, everyone is.
And now, Act Two of yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Eupha Crump. Yeah, what a name. But that cute, intelligent little girl, really out of place in the swamp country. Well, regardless of how you or I or the law might feel about it, her inheriting that moonshine still, when her husband was killed a while back, had meant something to provide for both her and her children. Then the insurance she received on top of it. And she planned to marry Cass Dingle, the character who'd befriended me, who'd helped me run down her husband's killer. Cass, who was going to leave this desolate country, get out in the world and make an honest living for her. Yeah, but it was Cass who'd sacrificed his life out there in the swamp in order to save mine.
No, Mr. Dollar.
What?
Cass Dingle is still alive.
But I myself saw Dade Wupperman shoot him in the back.
Eupha somehow nursed him back to health. They were married according to whatever rites the swamp people observe, and they were very happy.
And then she was murdered.
Yes, that was Cass who asked me to call on you again. And since you know him, you know these people.
Okay, stop wasting time, St. Clair. Get me on up to Kennett where I can rent a car and get on this thing.
If you'll drop me at my office, I'll be more than glad to let you have this one. But about some lunch.
Lunch? Forget it. Let's get going. Item 2, $4.70 for a tank full of gas there in Kennett. And I headed west a few miles, then due north into the swamp country. Well, as I said before, the 20-mile swamp is one of the most dismal, uninviting places I've ever seen. The road, after a while, wasn't even a road, just a set of muddy wagon tracks. More than once, driving slowly and carefully along, I held my breath, hoping St. Clair's car wouldn't bog down in some mud hole. I passed a couple of shacks, falling apart and apparently vacant. But the distinctive smell of moonshine whiskey in the air told me otherwise, that a still was in full operation. If Cass Dingle had married Eupha, he'd gone to her place to live, so I headed that way. But a mile or so before I got there, edging the car around a thicket of wild blackberries, I had learned the last time I was here that when somebody starts shooting, the only thing to do is stop whatever you're in, whatever you're doing. So I did, fast. I ducked down under the wheel on the floorboards, and I pulled out my gun. And I waited.
Miss Johnny? That you, Miss Johnny?
Who are you?
It's Cass, Miss Johnny. Cass Dingle.
Oh. Good. Only what was the idea of pulling off a couple of shots?
Howdy, Miss Johnny. I'm glad you come, sir.
Yeah,
I knew maybe a shot would make you stop the car, Miss Johnny. And that way you wouldn't go on up to the house in the still.
Yeah, well, that's where I was headed, to look for you.
It's much better you hide this car back in my old cabin. You remember where it is?
Little turnoff right up ahead, isn't it?
Yes, sir. Now you do that, and I'll cut through the swamp and meet you there.
Sure, whatever you say.
I'll meet you there.
I should have got there in 5 or 6 minutes at the most. The car bogged down in a sticky black mud hole. By the time I pulled enough twigs and branches under the wheels to get traction, make the turnoff, and pull up in front of his place, more than half an hour had passed. Because of his shortcut through the woods and the swamp, I'd expected to find Cass out in front waiting for me. But he wasn't, though the door of his cabin was ajar. Now, if I'd had any sense, I would have stopped for a minute, and I'd have given some thought to that. But I didn't. And believe me, it was a mistake.
Come in, mister. Come right in.
In the dark, windowless cabin, I could see Cass Dingle on a bunk at the far end, tightly bound with ropes and rawhide, looking at me helplessly.
I said come in.
And standing in front of me was the biggest, most ugly man I've ever seen. 250 pounds at the least, built like a gorilla. His face was covered with coarse black stubble. His long hair straggled down into the back of the collar of his dirty shirt. Aimed at my chest was an ancient rifle with a bore almost big enough for a shotgun.
That's better, mister. Now, Peter, Luke, John. 3
specters came forward out of the shadows. Smaller men, also dirty, unshaven, looking no less menacing than the man in front of me. Each of them had a rifle. I could feel one of them against my backbone. Now, listen, I took a course once from the FBI on the proper procedure for disarming a man who has a gun in your back. But they forgot to tell me what to do about 4 of them. So I raised my hands up over my head.
That's right, Mr. Johnny. Now, you just keep them hands right up straight. You, Paul?
Yes, Daniel?
Daniel Wupperman.
All right now, Paul. You taking Mr. Johnny's gun away from him.
Yes, now will, Daniel.
Yes, you taking it away from him, Paul.
I gotten it, Daniel. Ooh-wee. Hitting's a real pretty one.
That's right, Paul. So you holding on to it real careful. So I won't damage it none. While I kill him.
Talk about best-selling records. Here's a familiar tune about America's best-selling filter cigarette, Winston. Winston gives you real flavor, full, rich tobacco flavor. And you know, that's because only Winston has filter blend up front. Choice, flavorful tobaccos, specially selected and specially processed for filter smoking. No wonder Winston tastes good, like a cigarette should. Smoke Winston.
And now, Act 3 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar and the Deadly Swamp Matter.
I've been in some pretty tough spots in this crazy job of mine, but nothing ever quite like this. 4 men, like 4 vicious animals who crawled up out of the muck of the 20-mile swamp. Armed with ancient rifles I was sure they knew how to use and use well. For a man living and moonshining in this godforsaken country depended on his gun for survival. Survival. It was obvious by the way the guns were aimed that survival was the one thing they didn't plan for me. Like 4 vicious animals, I said. Stupid, maybe? Enough to be tricked somehow? Yeah, but how? And there wasn't anyone within miles to give me a hand. Except for Cass Dingle, tied down on the bunk at the far end of the cabin, helpless. If only he were bright enough to... Then the ugly giant in front of me talked again.
That's right. Daniel Wupperman, and I'm going to kill you, Mr. Johnny. Right now, for it being that you sent my brother Dade up into prison.
He was a killer, Daniel. The same as you are.
That's right. So one more killer, namely you, it ain't going to make me no worse than I am.
Why, Daniel?
Because you had no business to come here to begin. We don't like that here in the swamp.
No, I mean, why these other killings? Why murder Yufa, Cass's wife?
Why you do that, Daniel?
Because it was her insurance money, Mr. Johnny, brought you here the first time. Then you put my brother in jail.
So you murdered her, a harmless young mother, just to get me back here.
That's right. Now I'm going to kill you. You stand away from him backing him. This charge going to go right on through him.
Yes, Daniel. But now you
no,
should.
No, Daniel, no. It's all wrong you killed Mr. Johnny.
You shut up, Cass.
Maybe Cass, he thinking what I thinking, Daniel. Mr. Johnny, he from the outside. You kill an outside man. Maybe the police, they moving in on us. They coming here in the swamp because he from the outside.
You stop thinking, Paul. Move away now so I can kill him.
No, Daniel.
Shut up, Cass. Now, Mr. Johnny.
No, Daniel, you kill me instead. Now you kill my wife, if I don't care. You kill me instead, Daniel.
I'll kill you, Cass. Soon I kill Miss Johnny.
Miss Johnny?
It's all right, Cass.
No, Miss Johnny, that ain't...
What?
I mean, I talk long enough.
What can you say, Cass?
Must be nearing to 5 o'clock by now, Miss Johnny.
5?
Shut up, Cass, and what do you mean by that?
Miss Johnny, no.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
What do you mean about 5 o'clock?
Yeah, Cass, they ought to... I mean, it's about time.
What do you mean, Mr. Johnny?
What, nothing, not a thing, Daniel. I just whistled. That's all.
I mean, what do you mean about 5 o'clock? You tell me. Tell me. Tell me.
Because it's nothing you can do anything about. Because if it is 5 o'clock, then by the time you can pull that trigger...
You tell me.
All right. If I'm not safely out of this swamp by 5 o'clock, this place will be so full of state police. Well, would you like to look at my watch?
No, you keeping your hands up over your head.
Oh, sure.
Because you lying, Mr. Johnny.
Am I?
You lying to me.
Just keep on talking, Daniel. You'll give more time. But if I were you...
I said I gonna kill you, Mr. Johnny. And no scheming words out in your mouth gonna... You, Paul.
I ain't heard nobody out there, Daniel.
You go out, you go look out along the slough and the bayou.
Yes, Daniel.
You see anybody, any boat, you shoot off that gun. You, Peter, you go on back the road and look. And you, John, you go look up by Cass Still. You don't see no one, you come back here and help me bury Cass and Mr. Johnny in the ground. Now you go.
Yes, Daniel, come on, you.
And the three of them, like so many shadows, slipped off into the growing darkness. Cass Dingle Stalling is talking as though something would happen at 5 o'clock. It gained time for us. And more important, had reduced the immediate enemy to 1. But Daniel's rifle was still aimed at my midsection. Then, after plenty of time for the others to have looked around.
You see, Mr. Johnny, you trying to bluff me is all. But that's no good.
Because you haven't heard from them, Daniel? That means the police have taken them.
Without them getting off a shot? No, Mr. Johnny.
And I tell you that by 5 o'clock, and it must be 5 o'clock by now.
It's getting dark, Miss Johnny.
Yeah. Let me look at my watch.
You keep your hands right up straight. It's long after 5 o'clock. Me, I prove it. I look at your little watch.
Oh, yeah?
You think I can't tell the time?
Oh, I'm sure you can, Daniel.
But don't you move, Mr. Johnny. 'Cause I'm keeping this right in the middle of your belly. And you try and grab and I pull the trigger.
Okay.
Easy. Easy.
Slowly.
And see?
Cautiously. The barrel of the gun still in my belly. He looked upward toward the watch on my wrist. And I turned my wrist ever so slightly away from him so that he had to twist his head a bit. Just a little.
Long about 10:15, maybe.
Then I brought up my knee with everything I had. I knew the sound of the gunshot would bring the others back to the cabin. After all, they certainly hadn't found any sign of those mythical state police out there. So after setting Cass free, I lay down just inside the door looking very dead. And then when Paul and John and Peter came in one at a time, Cass, who was standing back at the door, quietly and carefully took care of them with the help of the butt of Daniel's gun. So now 4 more of the swampers have left that region to spend a long, long time behind the bars. Expense account total, including the trip back to Hartford, $161.60. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Our star will return in just a moment.
Constipation is something people don't talk about much, but it can be a problem for anyone, even doctors. And when constipation occurs, it's interesting to see just what doctors consider important about a laxative they might use or recommend. Well, a majority of the doctors we heard from had this to say.
A laxative should be effective, gentle, close to natural acting. A medicine that can be used with complete confidence.
Now, X-Lax has been popular with many doctors and millions of people over the years because pleasant-tasting chocolated X-Lax is effective. Overnight, it helps you toward your normal regularity. X-Lax is so gentle, so close to natural acting, there's no upset. That's why many doctors and millions of people use X-Lax with complete confidence. X-Lax, the laxative that helps you toward your normal regularity gently, overnight.
Now, here is our star to tell you about next week's program.
Next week, a thrilling, hair-raising chase out on the open sea. Join us, won't you? Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, starring Bob Bailey, originates in Hollywood and is written, produced, and directed by Jack Johnstone. Heard in our cast were Ben Wright, Sam Edwards, Roy Glenn, and Vic Farron. Be sure to join us next week, same time and station, for another exciting story of yours truly, Johnny Dollar. This is Hugh Douglas speaking.
Another gripping drama of suspense, next on the CBS Radio Network.
Who was the first to conquer space? It's incontrovertible that the first to conquer living space is the Castro convertible, who conquers space with fine design, who saves you money all the time, who tops in the convertible line. Castro convertibles.
If you'd like furniture that combines beauty, comfort, and utility at an amazingly low price, then the place for you to go is Castro. At Castro, Route 9, a half mile south of the Latham Circle, you'll see the world's largest and most beautiful display of convertible furniture. There are hundreds of exquisite sofas, love seats, and sectionals, ranging from early American and French provincial to ultra-modern. Each converts to the most comfortable bed, and each is priced amazingly low because Castro is America's largest manufacturer of convertible furniture, selling direct to you.
Diamonds along about now.
Hey, Ted, you mean you got some kind of a lead on him?
No, I'm afraid not. Oh. But I just got hold of some information on Rocky Harrison.
Yeah?
I told you after his probation was over, he disappeared.
Yeah, you told me.
But now, in view of this new information, plus the fact that you probably know him and his habits better than anyone else, and since Rocky is the only one who knows what he did with those diamonds...
Hold everything, Ted. I'm on my way down to see you.
CBS Radio brings you Bob Bailey in the exciting adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account, America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to Eastern Liability and Trust Company, New York City office. Following is an account of expenses incurred during my investigation of the man who waits matter. Sure, I and I alone could take the credit for Rocky Harrison's trip to Sing Sing over 7 years ago. But the fact I'd not been able to recover the Olney diamonds really stuck in my craw. So what if I was still fairly new in the business at the time? There was no excuse. Okay, then, expense account item 1, $395, a taxi to the station and train fare to New York. I walked over from Grand Central to Ted Bessam's office at 500 Fifth Avenue.
You know, I thought the mention of Rocky Harrison would bring you here in a hurry. Sit down, Johnny.
Yeah, sure, thanks.
Use a little drink?
No, thanks.
Cigarette?
Now, just tell me what you know about Rocky and why you think I might be able to get on the track of those jewels again.
Well, during his trial,
Rocky played it smart. He knew you'd pinned the robbery on him, so in order to draw a light sentence, he admitted everything.
Except what he did with those diamonds.
Well, apparently he and his lawyer managed to convince the jury.
Oh, that cock and bull story about his having had them stolen from him, that's a lot of hogwash.
You know it, and I know it.
Rocky was far too smart for anything like that, and too dangerous. And if that servant there in the Olney household who caught him blasting that wall safe, if that servant fell down the staircase accidentally, I'll eat my shirt. Rocky killed him, Ted. I'm sure of it. Same as he tried to kill me.
The fact remains he wasn't held for murder. The jury believed his tale about losing the diamonds, and he got away with a short term.
All right, now let's...
During his 2 years probation, he behaved like an angel. He got himself a job, worked hard, lived modestly, saved his money, and he was a big disappointment to the police, who hoped he might lead them to the stone.
But, of course, he didn't.
Right. And I'm afraid by now even the cops believe his story about what happened to him.
Yeah, well, I don't.
Anyhow, probation over. He dropped out of sight.
Yeah, so you said over the phone.
The cops apparently figured he'd moved somewhere else and breathed a sigh of relief.
But you figured otherwise, Ted?
I guess I think the same way you do, Johnny. Probably because of my work in narcotics before I got into the insurance business.
Yeah.
Well. And sometimes we'd hunt for years all over the country for some character, only to find he was right underfoot all the time. Couldn't see him for falling over him, as the saying goes.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Well, anyhow, I figured that instead of making himself conspicuous in some small town, the best place for a man like that to get lost, the best place in the world, would be the biggest place in the world. Right here in New York.
I can't argue with you. So
when I got wind that Rocky disappeared, well, you know as well as I do, Johnny, that most of these cases aren't solved by any Sherlock Holmes kind of scientific deduction.
No, hardly.
Sir, they're solved on information. One good stool pigeon is worth all the clues in the world, right?
Well...
So when I found out he'd disappeared, I got in touch with one of my paid informants from the old days. An old character by the name of Soder.
Soder. Soder. Don't think I ever heard of him.
Whiskey Soder, they call him. I told him I'd pay him well if he'd locate Rocky Harrison for me.
You've heard from Soder?
He called me this morning. Told me that he's seen Rocky here in town, just as I thought he would.
Where?
Well, he wouldn't say over the phone, so I told him I'd send you down to see him. Here, Johnny, I'll scribble his address down for you.
Yeah, do that.
Cheap rooming house down near the Brooklyn Bridge. There you are.
Good. Okay, Tom, I'll go see him.
Just a minute, Johnny.
Yeah?
Soder made one thing clear. I don't know just how or why. I guess the why is obvious enough.
Yeah?
But apparently, Rocky has somehow changed his appearance so much that even his own mother wouldn't know him.
But Soder recognized him.
Yeah. And one other thing, Johnny.
Yeah, what's that?
I'm sure you know Rocky well enough to be careful.
Sure.
Yeah. Watch your step.
All right, so what if there was a little risk involved? Here was my chance to make up for having done only half a job some 7 years ago. Also, I figured I knew enough about Rocky to be well prepared for almost anything he might try. The main thing was to find out what he'd done with the Olney diamonds, and of course get my hands on them. Expense account item 2, $1.70 for a cab to Whiskey Soda's address. It was the kind of place I'm sure the City Planning Commission will be glad to tear down. The word manager was scrawled across the door in the hallway marked with the number 1. And as for the manager...
Yeah, what do you want? My rooms are all filled up. Well, now, what's a gent like you doing around here?
I'm looking for a man named Soder.
Ha! That whiskey's smelling old. You'll find him down the hall in number... Say, he's getting real popular today.
Well, now, what do you mean by that?
You're the second gent's been here to see him.
Oh? Who was the first?
Well, I didn't get a good look at him, but I heard him go on back towards
Which
his
is Soder's room? What's the number?
Number 7 down the hall.
Okay, thanks.
Didn't see the man leave, though. Maybe he's still in there with... Now, who left that window open there at the end of the hall?
All right, number 7.
Maybe I better close it.
Hey, you sure that Soder didn't leave?
Sure, I'm sure.
Well, then come on. Let me have your key. Come on, come on.
Key to his room? Now, just a minute.
Okay,
mister.
don't bother.
Well, just a minute, you. Who do you think you are, busting down this butt? Oh.
Yeah.
He's dead.
Yeah.
Somebody shot him. Right through the side of the head.
Smoking more now, but enjoying it less.
Have a real cigarette. Have a Camel.
So good.
Have a Camel cigarette.
So rich.
Have a real cigarette. Have a Camel.
So mild.
Have a Camel cigarette.
And here's the reason why.
Best tobacco makes the best smoke.
Have a Camel cigarette.
You can say that again.
Best tobacco makes the best smoke. Have a Camel cigarette.
If you're smoking more these days, but enjoying it less, then change to Camels, the best-tasting cigarette of all.
Have a Camel.
Start to really enjoy smoking again. Now, Act 2 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, on The Man Who Waits Matter.
Right through the side of his head, right in front of his left ear.
That's right.
But I didn't hear any shot. I've been up front in my room all afternoon.
Because whoever did it used this pillow to muffle the sound.
One of my best pillars, too. Look here. Look what it done to it.
The man who was here before, what did he look like?
Huh? Well, I only looked out of my room in time to see him coming in here. I didn't get a look at his face.
You said he was a gentleman, a gent.
Yeah, but I didn't really. I think he had gray hair.
What about his height and build?
Well, I don't know. I was up front.
Now, how old was he?
Look, I told you, mister. I don't know.
Okay, here. There's a 5-spot for your trouble. And for calling the police. Sergeant Randy Singer at the 18th.
Police?
And my name is Johnny Dollar.
Dollar?
That's right.
The one that's on the radio?
You call the police. Tell them I'll contact them later. Rocky Harrison had changed his appearance once before, 7 years ago. He'd never known how I'd got on his trail. The only one who did was Randy Singer at the 18th Precinct. But I'd found him by using the same corny trick that he had used. Maybe that trick might work again, if he'd return to his old haunts. All right, then, item 3, a bucket of quarters at the nearest drugstore for some goop to plaster down my hair. Item 4, $1 for some black hair dye. Item 5, 78 cents for a jug of peroxide. Getting rid of the tan I usually have took time, was a lot of work, but it gave me a few days to raise a small mustache. I dyed that black also. Item 6, $20 for some clothing, including a couple of aprons. In some of these joints, you have to furnish your own. Then, item 7, $31 for a pair of thick glasses that I could see through all right, but that gave me a headache. But it was the waste of time that got me down. Working there 4 solid nights, hoping nobody gets suspicious of me. Working where and why, and the reason for the silly getup, well, you figure it out.
Okay, there you are, Willie. One old-fashioned, one double Gibson.
Good, thanks, Joey.
And there's the ticket on them.
For what?
Yeah, right there, right in front of you.
Oh, sure.
Now, what's the matter with you? Can't you see? Why don't you get them glasses changed?
Oh, they're okay, Joey.
Oh, yeah, sure they are. Ain't you going to take a drink to the table?
Huh? Oh, that's right.
Willie, I've been tending bar here at the Purple Hat since the place opened up. But you are the punchiest waiter I ever seen. That's a fact.
Here you are, gents. An old-fashioned and a double Gibson.
Well, you took long enough to get them.
I'm sorry, mister.
The other way around. The double Gibson's mine.
Oh, yes, sir.
Well, here's to prosperity, Barney. Yeah.
would you just like to order dinner now?
No, later.
Yes, sir. I'll wait then.
Yeah, you do that. All right now, Rocky. Waiter.
Yes, sir.
Go get yourself a drink. It's on me.
Well, I'm afraid the management would exactly like it.
Okay, then just for moose. We'll call you when we want another one.
Yes, sir.
Now, Rocky. Barney, you fool. Don't you ever call me that again. Call me Tilson. Sorry, slip of the tongue, Mr. Tilson.
Rocky Harrison. Oh, it was luck. Dumb luck. He'd been in there alone 3 nights running. But believe me, I hadn't recognized him, wouldn't have recognized him now if his pal there at the table hadn't slipped up and called him by name. Since probation, he disappeared for only one reason, to change his appearance completely. He'd grown a beard, a full head of hair, and he bleached it almost white. He'd put on 20 or 25 pounds, had his buck teeth fixed, and it made a big difference. What's more, of course, I hadn't seen him since he'd been sent up the river. As for his pal, Rocky had called him Barney. Sure. Bernard Little, one of the cleverest big-time fences the NYPD had ever known about, on whom they'd been able to pin absolutely nothing. Sure, it was a natural. Rocky had the jewels stashed away somewhere. Barney knew it and was willing to recut him and fence him out for him. Maybe if I was real lucky, I could nail them both. During their meal, I stayed close to them as much as possible, but it got me nowhere. Whenever I was in hearing, their conversation was meaningless.
That's right, Barney. Just tell them that Edward Tilson said it. Of course, Mr. Tilson. Be glad to use your name. Well, I'm certain they'll do all right by you.
Yeah, what's more, they were both trying to make it oh so plain that Rocky's name was Edward Tilson. And I wondered, had Rocky by any chance seen through this corny disguise of mine? But apparently not.
Okay, waiter, here you are.
Thank you, sir. I'll have you changed in a minute.
It's all right, boy. You can keep the change.
Thanks very much, sir.
Well, shall we get up? Shall we leave, Mr. Tilson? I'm all ready. I'd like to look up the owner and compliment him on his chef. Why not? Good dinner, wasn't it, Tilson? Excellent. Now, if we can find the owner's office.
If they could find the owner's office, they made a beeline for it. And that told me something else. The owner, Pete Monaster, had been away when I was hired. Now he was back in town. And he probably knew more about Rocky, more about the jewels, than he'd ever admitted to the police. I wished I'd planted a bug in Monaster's office. I'd like to hear what went on in there. But I hadn't, so I couldn't. Instead, I cleared off the table, and since my hitch for the night was over, I went back into the locker room, changed into my street clothes. As I was about to leave...
Don't bother, buddy. Your name's Willie, ain't it?
Yes, sir, Willie Pagano.
My name's Pete Monaster. I own this joint. I've been away a couple of weeks.
Oh, how are you, sir, Mr.
Here's your
Monaster?
pay and a few bucks severance.
You beat up fired?
That's right.
I done something wrong, Mr.?
No, it's just that we got enough waiters without you. Shouldn't have hired anybody while I was gone anyway. Just go on out by the back way.
Well, sure, sir, but if I thought I'd done something
No
wrong, I
complaints.
could...
We just don't need you. That door will tie you over until you get another job.
But I didn't. Not at the moment. Not until I left by the back door, started out through the long, dark alley.
Just a minute.
Huh?
You're the waiter we had tonight, aren't you?
Yeah, that's right.
You made a real good waiter. Real good, see?
So?
So I got something for you, Dollar. Here.
No,
All right, now, Dollar. You think I'm going to leave you alive? No, Rocky, put that thing away. The noise will bring the cops. It's all right, Barney. I'm just going to use the butt of it like this.
I vaguely remember something crashing down on my head. And if you think people don't see stars, you're wrong. Half conscious, I braced myself for another blow, but it never came. Instead of crazy mixture of sounds, noises, a lot of footsteps, a barrage of gunfire, sirens, a lot of cars breaking to a stop, when it was all like in a dream. I came to the next morning and I found myself in a hospital bed, a doctor leaning over me with a hypo in his hand. Then, sometime later...
Well, looks like the doctor was right, doesn't it?
Randy.
Yeah, a slug of something to make you sleep for a while really worked. You're going to be okay.
except maybe for a big head.
Randy Singer.
Lieutenant Singer to you, Buster. Son of a gun, Johnny. When are you going to learn to let me know when you're working around this town, huh?
Was it you came along?
That's right, like the U.S. Marines.
Well, how did you know they were going to waylay me there in that alley?
I didn't. I hadn't the least idea. Didn't even know it was you they were jumping. You and that crazy getup, that black hair and the mustache and those thick glasses.
Then I don't understand, Randy.
Johnny, I've had a bunch of the boys on Rocky Harrison for over a week.
You have?
Sure, ever since that stoolie whiskey soda told me about him being in town. It was you told me where to look for him.
I? When?
7 years ago. The first time you found him in the purple hat. So we've been tailing him for days.
Well, if I'd have known that.
You think you're the only one that thought he might sometime lead us to those jewels?
You found him, Randy?
No, and now, thanks to you, it looks like we may as well give up.
What do you mean, thanks to me?
You just stay in bed. When the boys saw what was happening there in the alley, they moved in.
Yeah?
When Rocky and Barney started throwing lead, well, the boys kind of thought they'd better answer back. So Rocky and Barney are dead. So now, how are we going to find out where those diamonds are stashed away, huh?
Do you know where Rocky was living?
Sure, we've been all through his place and Barney Little's place. Nothing. Since we don't know of anybody else who might have been in with him.
Oh, you don't, huh?
What do you mean, Johnny?
Well, Randy, I've suddenly got a crazy idea that maybe I can bluff my way into finding those jewels.
You what?
Come on, help me get into my clothes.
Yeah, who is it? Yeah, who are you?
Johnny Dollar, Pete, as if you didn't know.
Just a minute. Dollar, did you say?
That's right.
Well, there's something a little familiar about you.
Oh, come off it, Pete.
Oh, waiter. Oh, that stupid waiter I fired last night.
Rocky Harrison told you who I was. If you're wondering how I know that, just look at that bug fastened to the underside of your desk.
A bug? A microphone? Why, I don't believe it.
Hold it, Pete. You try opening one of those drawers, reaching for a gun, I pull this trigger.
Okay, Dollar, okay.
I also heard them tell you when to let me go out into that dark alley.
Oh, look, how was I to know what they wanted you out there for?
I also heard enough to know where the only jewels are. Open up that safe, Pete.
Oh, yeah?
Open it.
You crazy? Oh, listen, Dollar, put down that gun for a minute.
Open it up.
Oh, look, maybe we can make a deal.
7 years of hunting for him, Pete. So it's become an obsession with me. Maybe it has made me a little crazy.
Oh, listen,
yeah, I was crazy enough to put on that phony disguise to get into this place to find Rocky Harrison.
Listen, Dolly,
all right. So I'm crazy enough to blast you down and blow that safe if I have to. You understand that? And there's nothing, you or anything else, is going to keep me from getting those jewels. First you go.
No.
Yes.
You mean it?
Oh, yeah, Pete, I mean it. Well?
Okay, Dollar. I'll get you the rocks.
The fee on this one for recovery of the diamonds? Well, maybe the department frowns on such things, but half of the check goes to Lieutenant Randy Singer, NYPD. Good man, good friend. Expense account total, including the ride back to Hartford, well, it just about balances with what I made on my job as a waiter. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
NC. It's 6:10. Johnny Dollar.
Hi, Johnny. This is Earl Foreman.
Earl, how are you? How are things in Los Angeles?
Why, didn't you know we moved back here to Sarasota in Florida?
No kidding.
Yep, but now we think we'll make another move.
Where to this time?
Oh, back to California.
Why don't you make up your mind?
It's more fun this way. Hey, why don't you come down here and see us?
At whose expense?
Companies?
Another investigation?
Yes.
What this time, Earl?
Of a murder, Johnny.
A murder?
That hasn't happened yet. But believe me, if I'm reading the signs right, there's certainly one in the making.
Okay, Earl. I'll grab the first plane I can get.
The CBS Radio Network brings you Mandel Kramer in the exciting adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account. America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator,
yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
It never fails. Whether it's a party evening or an ordinary weekday, people always drink more light, bracing, clean-tasting Pepsi-Cola than you expect. That's why the smartest Pepsi you buy is the Extra Carton.
Buy Extra Carton of the drink that lets you drink young as you think. Yes, get the right one, the modern light one. Now it's Pepsi for those who think young.
Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to Tri-State Life and Casualty Insurance Company office in Sarasota, Florida. Following is an account of expenses incurred during my investigation of the whether or not matter. Expense account item 1, $6 for a taxi out to the airport. Item 2, $97.96 plane fare. And modern jet transportation being what it is, I got to Sarasota just before noon. Item 3, $50 deposit on a rental car, and 20 minutes later I walked into the office at 1306 Main Street that Earl Poorman shares with another old friend, Don Boomhauer, a prominent realtor. 5 minutes after the usual howdy-doos, Earl and I were tearing into a plateful of shrimps cooked in beer at the famous Plaza restaurant.
Those are delicious. Think you can manage another order of them, Johnny?
Not a chance, Earl, but they are great.
Specialty of the house, you know.
Well, they deserve to be.
Well, while you're making a pig of yourself, let me tell you why I called you.
Oh, go ahead.
Our client's name is T. Rockway Mayfield, a wild old character who made his pile up in New England.
Mm-hmm.
He retired and moved down here last fall. He has a big home in St. Armand's Key.
What's he do to keep busy? Fish? Golf?
No, he spends most of his time with a jug beside him, sunning himself or feeding the seagulls and then shooting at them with an air pistol.
Isn't that illegal?
It would be if he ever hit one of them, but he never does. And he does throw big parties, always lots of pretty girls around. And don't think he doesn't go for them, too, in spite of his age.
What a life.
The point is, he tells me that he came down here to retire, to get as far away as he could from his wife's kids. You know, stepdaughter and stepson. Names are Betty and Frank Merritt.
How come, Earl?
Well, as long as his wife was alive, she made him support them.
I see.
But he felt they ought to be out earning their own living, and Johnny, I happen to agree with him.
If they're growing up, I agree with you.
Anyhow, when his wife died and he retired, he left them flat. They're on their own until he goes, of course.
So, what's happened?
Well, tomorrow is old Mayfield's birthday, and that means another big party.
Mm-hmm.
And Johnny, the kids have told him that they're coming down here to celebrate. Told him that he can't refuse them now because they're standing on their own feet.
You think that's true?
No, sir. I think they're coming for something else.
Like what, Earl?
That nasty word I mentioned to you on the phone.
Murder?
Murder. Now, let me pay the check and I'll drive you over to see him, okay?
By all means. Tell me, Earl, have Betty and Frank arrived here in Sarasota yet?
I don't think so. I hope not. But you can understand why I was so anxious for you to get on down here.
Well, Earl, if something should happen to him while they're here, wouldn't it be just a little too obvious?
Would it? Those kids are no fools, not by a long shot.
Well, even so.
And with the drunken mobs that he has at his parties, where somebody could be knocked on the head and tossed into the swimming pool and nobody'd pay any attention till it was too late, no, okay. I could be all wrong.
I think you must be.
But is there any reason why you shouldn't stick around long enough to keep an eye on them while the kids are here?
Well...
On expense account.
I suppose not.
Yeah. And then maybe after they've left, I'll
break down and take you out fishing.
Now, there is a sensible inducement.
Oh, no, look. There's this place just ahead now.
That?
Mm-hmm. The big one.
Oh, brother.
And you don't think money that can afford a place like that would be worth killing for?
Oh, Earl. Mm-hmm. Maybe you have a point there.
This ever happened to you? You're driving down a long highway or working late, and then monotony makes you feel drowsy. Perk up with No-Dose. No-Dose keeps you alert with the same safe refresher found in coffee. Yet No-Dose is faster, handier, more reliable. Absolutely not habit-forming. The safe way to stay alert without harmful stimulants. No-Dose.
Old Mayfield's home there on the Gulf of Mexico side of fashionable St. Armand's Key was quite a place. To ensure privacy, all three of the landward sides were protected by a high wall. The big house of concrete, stucco, aluminum, and glass was surrounded by a broad patio full of plants, tables, chairs, and lounges, and, more important, with a large, fully equipped bar complete with bartender even at this time of day. Beyond the patio, a swimming pool, and then a clean, white stretch of beach. It was obvious Mayfield did plenty of entertaining. As for the man himself...
Dollar, did you say? Dollar?
That's right, Johnny Dollar.
A man with lots of sense, then, eh, poor man?
What?
What do you mean, what? What's the matter with you? It's a joke. 100 cents to the dollar, aren't there? Oh. So if he's a dollar, he's got lots of sense, hasn't he? Get it?
Yeah, sure.
Sure. Besides, I know all about you, Dollar.
Oh?
Been listening to you on the radio for years. So I'm glad to know you, Johnny.
Thank you.
Now let's celebrate by having ourselves a little drink.
Well, it's a little early in the day, Mr. Mayfield. I don't think
Nonsense. It's never too early for a drink. Samantha, where are you?
Yes, Mr. Mayfield, right here, sir.
Bring a scotch and soda for Mr. Dollar. And Mr. Poorman will have a gin and tonic.
Yes, Mr. Mayfield. And how about you? Another one of what you've been having?
No. This time I believe I'll have, how does cognac and root beer with a dash of mint sound to you?
That sounds terrible, Mr. Mayfield.
Good. I'll have it.
Yes, Mr. Mayfield.
So that's that. By the way, poor man, you're bringing Johnny to my party tomorrow night, aren't you?
Well, now, I'll tell you,
Good. And Johnny, my boy, you'll have the time of your life. There'll be more good-looking girls around here tomorrow night than you ever saw. I really know how to pick 'em, boy. Really know how to pick 'em.
Wow, good for you.
Yeah, but, oh, me. Do you know why they always come? The real reason? And why they always turn on their charm for me?
Why, sir?
Hate to admit it. Yeah, I really do. But all they want is to get their pretty little grasping fingers on my money, that's all. But they won't. Don't you worry about that. Nobody will, not until I'm dead and gone. Did poor man tell you about those lazy, shiftless, worthless stepchildren of mine?
Well, he mentioned them.
And you'll see them, too. They get in here tomorrow afternoon on the 4:30 plane.
Oh, well, then perhaps I...
that reminds me. I better arrange for Samantha or Charles or somebody to meet them.
Why don't you let me pick them up for you?
Oh, yes, Mr. Mayfield, that's a good idea.
Eh? Well, of course. Fine. Pick them up at the airport, bring them here if you can't lose them, and then stay on for the party.
All right.
And now, Johnny, now let me show you my pride and joy. You see it there on the far side of the swimming pool?
That sort of pool house with all the gadgets on the roof?
Pool house?
Yes, well, it's a bathhouse with a swimming pool, isn't it?
Ridiculous, poor man. Utterly ridiculous. If that's all you think of it...
Well, what is inside that little building, then?
You'll see. Now come along.
I'll be doggone.
Yes, sir, a weather station.
How bother. Certainly fooled me.
Complete one, too. You see, Johnny? Rain gauges, electronic weather vanes, anemometers, barometers, barographs, Charts with isobars, snow gauge.
Snow gauge?
Maps, everything. Everything a regular weather bureau would have. Everything. Even a correspondence school course in forecasting. Anything you want to know? Here's the answer.
Well, it is interesting, to say the least.
Why not, eh? How could I ever plan a party unless I know what the weather's going to be like, hey? Answer me that.
About this party tomorrow night, Mr. Mayfield.
Johnny, tell me something.
Yeah?
How good a shot are you with a pistol?
What makes you ask that, Mr. Mayfield?
Answer my question, boy.
Oh, I'm fair to middling, I guess. But listen...
Good. Then maybe you can hit some of them the way I never seem to be able to.
Hit what, sir?
You'll see. Samantha?
Yes, Mr. Mayfield?
What? Now, why the devil did you bring me another drink? You want me to spoil my aim?
Oh, no, Mr. Mayfield.
But there's no point in letting it go to waste.
I swear, Mr. Mayfield, I don't know how you do it.
Practice, poor man, practice.
So, for the next hour, in spite of a very uneasy feeling I was beginning to have about this whole assignment, Mayfield and I tossed chunks of bread to the seagulls, then blasted away in a general direction with a couple of air pistols. Knowing the law about such things, I deliberately avoided making any hits. And old Mayfield, although he handled that little gun like a pro, didn't make any hits either. Then, just as abruptly as he dragged me into it...
That's all, gentlemen. That is all. Have to get to work now in my weather lab and make out the latest report for myself. Can't be disturbed. So off you go.
Oh, yeah, sure. Anything you say. Come on, Johnny.
Right, Earl.
I'll see you tomorrow night, poor man. And, Johnny, I'll see you when you bring my stepchildren, Betty and Frankie Meriton, here. And you ought to stay when they get here. I want you to get to know them.
I want very much to.
Now, go on with you. Go on. I got work to do.
I picked up my rental car and dropped in on my old friend Sergeant Phil Phillips at police headquarters.
I know, Johnny, I know. It just doesn't seem to make sense. I mean, Earl Poorman's worry about the old coot. Lord knows he isn't worried. And yet, if what he says about those stepkids happens to be true...
Have you ever met Frank or Betty Meriton?
All I know about him is what he's told me. And if it's true, he really should have protection while they're here. But doggone it, he says no. If we so much as show ourselves, he'll not only throw us out, but stop the party and get everybody down on us.
I'll tell you what you better do then, just in case.
Yeah?
If you were to sneak a prowl car up to the outside of the wall around this place, you'd have no trouble getting over the wall if need be.
Good. In the meantime, you'd be looking after him inside.
Right.
Well, Johnny, he is just a crazy old coot, all at loose ends. Does a lot of crazy things.
I know, Phil. I know what you mean. That's why I'm really concerned about this case. On the surface, it looks like a waste of time, my coming all the way down here just to attend a party. And yet...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Treat your taste kindly with Kent.
Treat your taste kindly with Kent.
Treat your taste kindly with Kent. Smoke Kent, the micronite filter cigarette.
Yes, people who want to get away from harsh, rough-tasting cigarettes know that the one to switch to is Kent. And there's a very good reason why. Kent, with the micronite filter, refines away harsh flavor, refines away rough taste for the mildest taste of all. Yes, that's your reward for smoking Kent, the cigarette that made the filter famous. So when you want to get away from harsh, rough-tasting cigarettes, remember, the finer the filter, the milder the taste. And you'll decide to treat your taste kindly with Kent.
Treat your taste kindly with Kent. Smoke Kent, the micronite filter cigarette.
Cocktails and dinner with the Poormans, a good night's sleep, and for most of the next day, I had little to do but kill time. I went out and hit some golf balls at a nearby driving range, paid a visit to the colorful Jungle Gardens, saw the famous Ringling Circus Museum, and ended up chewing the fat with some of the boys at station WSPB. Then I met the plane, picked up Frank and Betty Meriton, piled them into my rental car, and started back to St. Armand's Key. The differences between the two of them were pretty striking. Betty was a beautiful girl with a head on her shoulders. Frank was a weak, wishy-washy, well-spoken nothing with a capital N.
Don't tell me, dear girl. I think it's utterly ridiculous that he should expect me to sweat and slave and work my fingers to the bone when he has all that money that he doesn't know what to do with. I mean that. Utterly ridiculous.
And I tell you that when Daddy finds out that you lied to him, Frank, that you don't have a job, that you've been chiseling off your friends and for me all these months, he'll probably throw you out.
Well, he won't find out. Not unless you tell him. And if you do, dear girl, I shall be very angry with you. Just because you choose to work 8 hours a day in a stuffy library 5 days a week.
Well, why not? I like it.
Well, that doesn't mean that I have to.
Frankie, all I hope is he gives you enough to get you off my back.
Oh, he will, my dear. He will. I've figured out a sob story that would melt the heart of a statue.
Good luck. You'll need it.
Will I? You'll see. Just don't you interfere.
I'm sorry, Johnny.
Oh, that's all right, Betty.
This silly squabble has been going on ever since we left the Boston airport.
That's okay.
I understand that some of the parties Daddy throws down here are Lulu's.
So I've heard. There'll be a big one tonight, you know.
Good. I love parties. But, well, come to think of it, I won't know a soul who'll be there.
But don't you worry, Betty. You'll have no problem in that department.
Well, I hope not. But, Johnny.
Yes?
Will you dance with me now and then? Just in case.
Are you kidding? Without giving them a chance to unpack their bags, Mayfield dragged them into a study and shut the door. So I took a swim and dressed for dinner and the party. At dinner, incidentally, Mayfield and Betty yacked away at each other like a couple of happy kids. But not a solitary word passed between Mayfield and Frankie. Frankie sat there and pouted, hardly touching his food. Then, the party. So help me, I never saw so many good-looking girls gathered together in one spot in my life. And what if a lot of them were only looking for a shot at Mayfield's money? The point is, they were there. As for Betty, we not only danced like fools, but made plans for getting to know each other much better up north after this whole thing was over. Meantime, needless to say, I kept a weather eye on Frankie, who spent most of his time at the bar looking very unhappy. Then about 11 p.m., between dances, Mayfield came over my way.
Not drinking, Johnny? You're missing half the fun.
Oh, don't you worry a bit, Mr. Mayfield. I'm having a fine... Hey, wait a minute. The lights. What happened to the lights?
Just a gag, Johnny. Just a gag.
A gag?
They'll be back on in a minute. I have a timer on the main switch that does it.
Well, why? Why the blackout?
What's the matter with you, boy? Now, the next time they go out, and they will.
Not if I can find that switch box.
Now, when they do, you just grab the nearest, the prettiest girl you can find.
Oh, come on.
And if you don't know what to do then, well, you're not half the... Oh, now that's too bad. They came on again too soon.
Now, listen, Mr. Mayfield.
But have fun, Johnny, have fun.
Mr. Mayfield, wait a minute.
Johnny?
Betty, what happened to you?
Well, don't you worry. I slapped his face, and hard. Only I still don't know who it was there in the darkness.
Look, that lights out gag has got to go. Come on, let's find the main switch box so it won't happen again.
You mean the lights were supposed to? Oh, no.
Oh, not again. Doggone it. Where did Mr. Mayfield go?
Well, I thought he was going over to... Johnny!
Come on, Betty. That was over near his weather station. By the time we fought our way over there, through the crowd, the lights came on again. And there, just in front of the door of the little weather station, lay a body.
Johnny? Is he...
Yes, Betty.
Let me through. What is it? What happened? I was over there getting a drink, and I heard a couple of... It's Frankie.
That's right, Mr. Mayfield.
Is he dead?
Yes, sir. Couple of 38s through the chest.
Well, I can't say that I'm sorry, Johnny. But who? Who did this? Call the police. Somebody call the police.
Sergeant Phillips and his men were already over the wall, and they really did a job. In the next 2 hours, they, plus a dozen more he called in, made as thorough a search of that place as I've seen. But the result...
Johnny, the gun that killed young Meriton has to be around here somewhere. Has to be, but we simply can't find it.
You must find it, Sergeant. You must. And the killer, too.
How about raking through the sand over there on the beach?
No, it was all smoothed over before the party, and there still isn't a break in it.
To haul every one of this mob down to headquarters so the boys in the lab... Wait.
Yeah?
Wait a minute. It hit me like a ton of bricks, and I kicked myself for not having wised up before.
Well, if what Mayfield told me about them is true, Johnny.
What Mayfield told him.
Yeah, Johnny. If what he says about those stepkids is true.
Mayfield, of course. And that crazy drink of his yesterday. But I'd watched Samantha mix it out of the corner of my eye. She hadn't really put a single drop of liquor in it. And tonight, the same thing, probably. So actually, Mayfield was just as sober as a judge. And the one important piece of evidence, the gun...
Now go on with it, go on. I've got work to do.
Yes, in his weather station. And what had he said about that?
Anything you want to know, here's the answer.
The answer.
It has everything a regular weather bureau would have. Everything.
Everything? Like a weather balloon? A balloon big enough to carry a pistol far out over the Gulf, never to be seen again? Now, if so, if he pulled that trigger... All right, Mr. Mayfield. Let's go down to headquarters where the lab crew can make a paraffin test of your shooting hand. Well?
No, it won't be necessary, Johnny. I did it. I killed him.
I'll say this. That was a clever way to get rid of that gun. A weather balloon. Clever.
Was it? So, the Mayfield fortune will go to Betty. And I can't think of a more deserving girl. Or, come to think of it, a prettier one. Expense account total, including the trip back to Hartford, $247.92. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Now, here is our star to tell you about next week's story.
Next week, a complex and unusual story with a twist that will surprise you, I think, as much as it surprised me. Tune in, won't you? Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
If you drive a car, remember this. Almost anywhere in the country where you see the Sinclair sign, you can save up to 4 cents a gallon on gasoline by using Sinclair Dyno. That's because in 3 out of 5 cars, regular-priced Sinclair Dyno matches the performance of expensive premium gasolines, costing up to 4 cents more a gallon. Drive with care and buy Sinclair Dyno gasoline. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, is written by Jack Johnstone. Produced and directed by Fred Hendrickson. Music supervision by Ethel Huber. Johnny Dollar is played by Mandel Kramer. Also featured in our cast were Ian Martin, Bill Kramer, Joe Hardy, Ivor Francis, Constance Simons, and Karen McCrary. Be sure to join us next week, same time, same station, for another exciting story of yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Art Hanna speaking. Worldwide Sports with Chris Schenkel is heard weeknights on the CBS Radio Network.
Johnny Dollar.
Dollar, this is Ted Orloff.
Orloff?
Yeah, you remember Western Indemnity Company out here in Los Angeles?
Oh, of course, Ted. How are you?
Fine, just fine.
Gee, it's been a long time.
I know. Now, tell me, are you free to come out here? Come out here right away?
I don't know why not. What seems to be the trouble?
One of our clients owns a small bottling plant.
Yeah?
Name is Garrison. Barney Garrison.
Go ahead.
Called me and told me that somebody's pulled an embezzlement on him, taking nearly $170,000 from his till.
Uh-oh.
170 grand, yeah. Well, can you make it? Can you come out here?
I'll pick up a plane schedule and call you back, okay?
Fine.
Okay. The CBS
CBS Radio Network brings you Mandel Kramer in the exciting adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account, America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator,
yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to Western Indemnity Company, Home Office, Los Angeles, California. Following is an account of expenses incurred during my investigation of the Shadow of a Doubt matter. Expense account item 1, $350 for the call back to Ted Orloff to tell him the best deal I could make was a flight out of Hartford at 7:20 the following morning. Item 2, $185.70 for the plane ticket. When I got to L.A. a few minutes after noon Pacific time, Ted was waiting for me. I piled my luggage into the back of his car and we took off.
Now, Mr. Bernard Livermore Garrison, Barney Garrison.
Own some kind of a bottling plant.
That's right, soft drinks. You know, root beer, sarsaparilla, lime, orange, the works. And just now, today, as a matter of fact...
Watch it!
Okay, it's okay. But why didn't she signal that turn? Crazy Southern California driver.
We were going pretty fast, Ted.
I've been out here 7 years now. 7 years, Johnny, but I can't get used to it. These natives all drive around like an accident, just going somewhere to happen.
Yes, they do.
But like I started to say...
Yeah, Ted.
Somehow, somewhere, Barney Garrison raised himself a lot of money. And he set up this plan.
Who is Ralph Betterly?
He's vice president, and yikes. Crazy California. What's the matter with that guy?
Hey, Ted, seriously, hadn't you better slow down a little?
Now, stop worrying, Johnny.
About Ralph Betterly.
Vice president and business manager, I guess you'd call him, handles the bookkeeping department, that kind of stuff. It's almost a sort of partnership, Johnny. Kind of a partnership. So why those two would ever get together, I'll never know.
Why do you say that?
Well, about as opposite as any two people could ever be. Ralph is a quiet, little, ingrown old man. He isn't really old, probably not more than 2 or 3 years older than Barney. But he looks and acts it. Quiet, meek, responsible citizen.
Mm-hmm.
He and his wife have a nice little home on Pandora Avenue in Westwood.
And Barney Garrison?
Big, well-fed, back-slapping, hail fellow, well-met sort of a guy. Talks to anybody and everybody. A real salesman. He's a bachelor, has a big eye for the gals, and really lives it up. Gets along with anybody, drives an expensive car, has a showy home in Bel Air, has just bought one in Palm Springs, entertains like mad, and... well, you know the type.
I think I do.
Just the opposite of Ralph Betterly, just the opposite.
Well, opposites always attract, they say.
Yeah, I guess they... Hey, what's the matter with you? You crazy or something? Did you see that stop sign? Jerk. You'd think he was the only one on the road.
That was a little close, Ted.
Oh, some of the crooks behind the wheel have absolutely no consideration for anyone else. As I was saying...
Yes, let's get back to the embezzlement.
Well, Barney called me yesterday, just before I called you. Said he'd been going through the books of the cash on hand. For some reason, they keep a lot of cash on hand.
Mm-hmm.
And as near as he can figure it, there's about $170,000 gone.
I see. Well, what does this Ralph Betterly think about it?
I don't know. I told him we'd call on him after we've seen Barney. So after you've talked to Barney, we'll come back here.
Come back from where?
Palm Springs. That's where Barney called me from, where he's waiting for us.
Oh, I see. Hey, watch the stoplight ahead, will you?
Huh? Oh. Now, instead of driving on down there, we'll cut over to Lockheed Airport in Burbank and take a plane. Take his plane.
His plane?
That's right. His own personal private plane.
Well, isn't it just about as fast to drive down there?
Yeah, sure it is, but this is the way he wants it.
Okay. We'll do it the way Barney wants it. Once at the airport, we hopped aboard Garrison's twin-engine Beach. The pilot took off, and in almost less time than it takes to tell about it, we sat down at the Palm Springs airport.
He promised to meet us here, but I don't see any sign of him. Not a sign. What time is it, Johnny?
I have exactly 20 minutes after 5?
Sure. That's Eastern time. You forgot to reset your watch.
Oh, of course.
Well, that makes it 20 after 2. Pilot called him, though, so he shouldn't... Huh? What's the matter?
Nothing.
Kind of surprised to see those long, thin clouds up there in this desert sky.
Huh?
Yeah. Oh, wait a minute. Those are just the kind of tail end of a skywriting job.
Look there behind you. The skywriter's still at it.
Oh, yeah. P-O-P-P-O. Papo?
When he's finished, that'll spell Papola.
What? That's a fine way to decorate an otherwise clean, clear blue sky.
Don't knock it.
Why not?
That's Garrison's brand new product.
Oh.
And like I say, today's the first announcement of it. But now we're in the Sam Hill... Oh, here he is.
Oh, beat me to it. I'm sorry I had to wait. How are you, Ted boy?
Fine, Barney, just fine.
And you must be Johnny Dollar.
That's right.
How are you, Johnny? Welcome to Palm Springs.
Thanks.
Just wait till you see the new joint I have down here. Now, listen, Ted, I'm afraid you brought him down for nothing.
Why do you say that, Barney?
Well, I used the old noodle. I did some thinking about who might have embezzled the 170 G's. And the more I thought, the more sure I got about who did it.
Who?
And I'm willing to bet that if you face up to him and tell him that I'm on to him, he'll break right down and admit it.
Who, Barney?
That so-called partner of mine, Ralph Betterly.
Barney Garrison refused to talk further about the embezzlement until he'd taken us out and showed us through his new home. It was U-shaped and built around the swimming pool, and just about as modern as an expensive resort home could possibly be. It was the kind you see written up in the movie fan magazines and only half believe is true until you see it. His penchant for entertaining on a big scale was shown by the fully equipped bars. There were 3 of them, one in the pantry, another in the den, and a third one poolside. Only one thing marred the attractiveness of that pool. A huge, gaudy, garish neon sign at one end with the words, "Now is the time to," and below it was an electric clock a couple of feet in diameter with the words, "Drink Papola" on the dial where the numbers should have been.
You get it, Johnny? Now is the time to... And when you look at the clock, well, sure, you can tell the time all right, but what you're really reading is, "Now is the time to drink Papola."
Yeah, I see.
Yeah, sure. I want to get photographers out here, take shots of the place for all the picture magazines. You know, publicity. So the word Papola's got to show up somewhere, and if they take a picture of me here at the pool, they can't miss it.
I see what you mean.
Now, just to make sure... Yeah, now, look here. Look at these snapshots I took this morning out here myself. Yeah, I used one of those 10-second cameras and rigged a long cable release so as I could get into the pictures, too. See here?
Yeah, I see. Now, about this embezzlement...
Yeah, and see this one? It shows me, shows the clock, shows it was 10:05 a.m., and you see up there in the background, up in the sky?
Oh, yeah, that's skywriter we saw, Johnny.
Yeah. Today's the first day for that skywriting bit.
So I understand.
You know, just to announce Papola.
Yes, I know. Now, Barney...
But now, why don't you guys slip into some trunks and let me get some pictures of you out here by the pool?
Well, why don't we get down to business instead? You said you think your partner, Ralph Betterly, took the money?
Oh, yeah.
Why do you think that, Barney?
Well, it's an awful thing to say, Johnny, after working together on this bottling business, but... Well, there comes a time when a guy's got to face the facts.
Well, suppose you give me some of the facts.
Well, to begin with, Ralph isn't a full partner with me. The deal we have only cuts him in for about a quarter of the profits.
I see.
And they've been pretty low, Johnny. Kind of the startup costs on Papola. Like I said, the skywriting's only started today, and all the rest of the advertising and promotion. Mighty expensive, too.
I'm sure it is.
Anyhow, with all the money that he's had to spend on hospitals, why? Did you know that she died a couple of days ago, Ted?
No, I didn't, Barney.
Yeah, too bad. Anyway, he's been having a real tough time of it.
And, you think that he would steal from his own company?
He's been pretty desperate. But, Johnny, the real point is, and, well, I hate to say this, but he's the only one who could.
Why is that?
2 reasons.
Don't you have a lot of employees there at your plant?
Sure, Johnny, quite a few, but outside of me, Ralph is the only one who has the combination of the safe we keep all the cash in. The only one, Johnny. And if that don't put the finger on him, I don't know what does.
I think you said 2 reasons.
Oh, yeah. Number 2, Ralph is the only other one has any idea how much there was in there.
Do you mind telling me why you kept that much cash on hand?
Oh, so maybe it did seem like a lot, but it takes a lot to run a business, any kind of business.
But $170,000?
Sure. But don't you see, I got to have cash to pay off the Mexican boys who... well, that is...
Yes, Bonnie?
Okay, you're not the cops or the pure food and drug fellas or anything, so you're only a private detective, so I'm going to level with you.
Go on.
Some of the stuff for the Popolo mix, a secret ingredient. Well, you know what I mean.
Go on.
Okay, so maybe it doesn't cross the border exactly legal, you know?
Ted, did you know about this?
I certainly didn't. Now, wait a minute. There's nothing poison or narcotic about it, anything like that. It's only that if those wetbacks are willing to bring it in for me, well, that's why I've got to keep a lot of cash on hand, okay?
Is it? What's okay about running a business like that?
Hey, now, wait a minute, buddy.
Ted, didn't you know what kind of an outfit you were selling indemnity insurance to?
I guess I didn't. Now, don't get up on any pulpit, Johnny.
Garrison, have you told the police about the embezzlement?
Why should I?
You bet you haven't, because you know you'd have an investigation on your hands that would put you out of business so fast you wouldn't know what hit you.
Oh, yeah? You think I'm not smart enough to cover up if anybody comes poking around? You don't owe me, Dollar.
I don't think I care to.
How do you think I got where I am today? Answer me that. You know why? Because I'm smart, that's why. Me, I'm smart enough to get away with anything if I want to.
Don't be too sure of that. Come on, Ted.
Yeah? Now, you listen here, Dollar.
Yes?
If you think you're going out and make trouble for me...
I wouldn't waste the time. Come on, Ted. Let's get on back to L.A.
Yes, Johnny, and believe me, I'll cancel out every policy we have on him.
Sure, go ahead. But you're still going to have to either recover the money or pay me off on this embezzlement.
I'm afraid he's right, Johnny.
Well, I'm not.
And remember what I said. You tell Ralph Betterly I'm wise to him, and I'm betting he'll break down and confess. If he hasn't got conscience all of a sudden and blown his brains out. But you just get me that money.
Item 3 is $50 deposit on a rental car to get us back to Los Angeles, and just as quickly as possible. Because I was really worried now, and I don't mean over that $170,000.
About what then, Johnny?
You have Ralph Betterly's address, Ted?
Sure. Like I told you, he lives in the Westwood section on Pandora Avenue. That's out beyond Beverly Hills.
Yeah, I know. But look, until we get there...
Yeah?
You better do a little praying, Ted.
Praying?
That's right. That this hunch of mine is all wrong. But all the prayers in the world wouldn't have helped. By the time we got to 1308 Pandora... out there in Westwood, the police, including a medical and a couple of the lab crew, had done their work and left. All but a Lieutenant Harvey May. As for what had happened there...
Well, you see, we got a phone call from his business partner, a man by the name of Garrison, called from Palm Springs.
Oh?
Yeah. Said he'd been trying to raise Betterly on the phone, that he was worried about him. So one of the boys in a prowl car drove over, got no answer to the doorbell. But the front door wasn't locked. So we barged in, found Betterly dead, a bullet in his head. I come on over with the doc and the lab crew.
I see. How do they figure it, Lieutenant?
Looks like suicide, Dollar, all the way.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because of losing his wife and financial troubles and all, and Betterly's prints are on the gun, and only Betterly's.
Suicide, hmm?
Well, maybe.
Why do you say that?
Well, had Betterly pulled that gun on himself, there should have been clear powder burns on his head, see? But the doc seemed to think he might have been shot from 6 or 7 feet away. No, he could be wrong, of course.
Could he? I doubt it.
Yeah? Why?
When was he, when did he die?
Doc figures sometime between 9:30 and 11:30 this morning.
And nobody in the neighborhood saw who might have done it? Nobody heard any shots or anything like that?
No, but if you're thinking of that crooked partner of his...
Why not?
Well, he's down there in Palm Springs.
You forgetting, Lieutenant? That's not much more than a 2-hour drive.
But he said he's been down there since late last night. And if he can prove that... look, I know Garrison isn't Lily White.
Oh, you're so right.
But if he can prove he's been down there all day...
Well, Lieutenant, I'm sure that he thinks he can.
Well, then?
And I'm almost sure that I can prove his alibi's a phony.
How, Dollar? And if you can...
Well, that's out of your jurisdiction down there, isn't it?
Well, sure, but all we have to do...
No, don't call him. Not yet. Give me time enough to drive to Palm Springs,
Why?
Well, you do. Maybe I'll bring you back a killer.
Maybe.
But if you tip him off by having the police bust in on him, you can bet your bottom dollar that Barney Garrison will think of some way to worm out of this murder.
You seem pretty sure it was murder.
I'm sure.
And that Garrison did it, huh?
I'm sure of that, too. Well?
Okay, Donna, go ahead. But I better hear from you in a hurry.
Don't worry, Lieutenant. You will. Thanks.
Can a girl from a small mining town find happiness with a civil service jazz musician from a big city? This problem may never be solved by Betty Furness on the CBS Radio Network's Dimensions of a Woman's World. But her tips on home improvement, cosmetics, teenagers, anything of interest to women could help you find a few answers that you've been looking for. Dimension of a Woman's World is heard 3 times every weekday, with Betty Furness as hostess with the mostess. Information for and about today's woman. And you'll hear Dimension of a Woman's World only on weekdays and only on CBS Radio.
This trip I made alone. After all, why stick out Ted Orloff's neck, too, especially when I wasn't as sure of myself as I'd made the lieutenant think. But too many things added up. If what Ted had told me about Betterly was true, he was hardly the man to pull an embezzlement. But Garrison, if he thought he could get away with it, sure. And with a home in Bel Air, another in Palm Springs, he could certainly use the money. Then there were some other things, like his call to the police to say that he was worried about not being able to reach Betterly by phone. Really worried about him? Or just to make sure the body would be discovered and a time of death set by a lab crew? And as the lieutenant said, to take away any suspicion from himself. Time of death. That was the key of the whole thing. Garrison's alibi. And that's what got me suspicious. The fact that I'd be called on to back up his alibi. And how? Well, a little over 2 hours later, the door of his Palm Springs home opened. Well, not right now.
Come on in, Dollar. Join the party. A little housewarming I'm throwing.
Hello, Barney.
I thought you went away mad this afternoon.
A little noisy in here, isn't it? I decided I'd better come back.
Yeah, attaboy. Incidentally...
Yeah?
I tried to call old Ralph after you left, but I got no answer.
Oh, well, why call him, Barney?
Well, like I said to you, if his conscience ever caught up with him...
Yes, I know. You tried to plant the suicide idea with me pretty solidly this afternoon.
Huh? Now, why do you say plant that way?
Look, where can we talk, quietly for a few minutes?
Oh, Barney, you're not leaving me all alone, are you?
Well, just for a little while, sugar.
Oh.
You know, just a little business. Come on, Dollar. In my den, right this way. First, wouldn't you like a drink?
No, let's talk first.
All right, sure. Right in here now. Well, sit down, Dollar, sit down.
Oh, that's better. Thanks.
Now, what did you mean about trying to plant the suicide bit with you?
Same as you were so careful to set your alibi with me.
Alibi? What are you talking about? Now, look, I told you why I think Ralph embezzled that money, and I still think he did. Well, don't you?
No. I think you did, Barney.
Now, this is no time to joke, Dolly.
I'm not joking.
All right, then listen.
Are you pretending you don't know what happened back there in Westwood this morning?
You mean that Ralph...
Are you pretending you don't know Ralph is dead?
Oh, no.
Oh, yes.
Suicide, huh? That's too bad.
He was murdered, Barney. And you were the first to know because you murdered him.
Now, wait a minute. Look here, Dollar.
Well?
Now, listen. You know that isn't true. Because you know that I was right here in Palm Springs when it happened.
Then you know when it happened.
Well, you said this morning, didn't you?
Yeah, I guess I did.
Yeah, and I was right here. And I can prove it.
Can you?
Well, didn't I prove it to you this afternoon?
Did you?
Okay, when was he killed?
Then you admit it wasn't suicide.
Well, I don't admit anything because I haven't got anything to admit. I asked a question. When did he die?
The medico said between 9:30 and 11 a.m.
Hey, see? Well, I was right here at exactly 10:05 a.m. And you know it, and I know it, and I can prove it. So can you.
How?
By that picture I showed you.
That's exactly what I want to see again.
All right, then here. I got it right here in this desk here. Yeah. Now, look. You want to argue with this? You see the clock there in back of me? 10:05, it says. And that can be caught. Sure, and I could have taken that picture some other time, like last week, maybe. Except for just exactly one little thing, Dollar. Well, go on. Look. Look at it.
I'm looking.
You see, up there in the sky, in the background, you see that skywriting? Popola, that's what it says. And the whole population of Palm Springs Bible that skywriting didn't start until today. Today, do you get it?
All right. So you killed him, then tore on out here to reset that clock, take the picture, and have your alibi all ready by the time we arrived.
You're crazy.
Perfect alibi, Barney, except for exactly one little thing, as you put it.
I say you're crazy.
Now, you look at the picture. Your swimming pool runs north and south, doesn't it?
So what?
You face the south, into the camera.
That's right. So what?
So the morning sun coming from the east would have cast your shadow to the west. Over here. Instead, what little shadow there is east of you from the early afternoon sun, because you reset the clock and took this picture just before we arrived.
I see.
Yes.
Okay, Dollar. Now look, you see this? And it's loaded, baby.
Complete with silencer,
That's right. So, Dollar... Hiya, Sergeant.
Well, looks like Lieutenant May of the West Los Angeles Department was right, huh?
Now, look, just let me explain this, huh?
Why bother, Barney? Just give the sergeant the gun. Once again, it's up to the courts. But when the West Los Angeles police run down the $170,000, wherever Garrison put it, and I'm sure they will, he won't have a leg to stand on. Expense account total, call it $450. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Now, here is our star to tell you about next week's story.
Next week, like a lot of other people, I open the trout season, but in a way I don't suggest you try. Believe me. Join us, won't you? Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, is written by Jack Johnstone, produced and directed by Bruno Zerato, Jr., music supervision by Ethel Huber. Johnny Dollar is played by Mandel Kramer. Also featured in our cast were Bob Dryden as Barney Garrison, Bernard Grant as Lieutenant Harvey May, James Stevens as Ted Orloff, Eugene Francis as the police sergeant, and Jocelyn Summers as the girl at the party. Be sure to join us next week, same time, same station, for another exciting story of yours truly, Johnny Dollar. This is Pat Cannell speaking.
Sportsorama with Red Barber premieres April 6th, putting Major League Baseball in the Sportsorama spotlight with straight-from-the-shoulder talk about our national pastime. April 6th, the first Sportsorama program with Red Barber on the CBS Radio Network.
Do you know a new family just moving to your neighborhood? Welcome Wagon would love to welcome them. Welcome Wagon helps all new neighbors to feel welcome and wanted here in the Capital District. Each gracious Welcome Wagon hostess brings baskets of gifts from Tri-City merchants. She brings greetings from the community to these newcomers, answers questions everyone wants to know about the Tri-Cities. You can make sure your new neighbors benefit from Welcome Wagon service. Just call State 59640 and give the Welcome Wagon hostess the name and address of your new neighbors. She'll call on them and present them with a basket of gifts from civic-minded businessmen. You'll be helping your neighbor and your Welcome Wagon hostess who carries on this valuable community service. In the Albany-Troy-Schenectady metropolitan area, call State 59640. That's State 59640 for Welcome Wagon.
WROW Albany, fair and cool tonight, gradually diminishing winds, the low 25 to 30. Monday, continued fair and mild, high in the low 50s. Present temperature 45 degrees.
From Hollywood, it's time now for
Johnny Dollar.
By golly, I knew it.
What?
Yes, sir. I knew darn well you'd still be here in Vegas.
Pease.
That's right, Pete Brenneman.
And just how did you know I was still around and here at the Stardust?
Simple process of elimination. When I called the airlines, they said you hadn't bought a ticket, Johnny.
Their flights were all full up.
Oh, yeah?
That's right.
Or did you just decide to stay over and partake of some of the joys of living that Las Vegas offers?
Nope. The only reason I'm still here is that
Anyhow, I started calling the big hotels, and sure enough, the Stardust said you're among those present. Having yourself a gay old time, Johnny? Losing your shirt at the gaming table?
Pete, I told you, the only reason I'm still here is
Johnny,
that...
I hate to put a damper on your fun.
Pease.
But I sure am glad you did stay over, because little problems come up.
Oh? Not another murder case, I hope?
Oh, just little problem.
Arson, embezzlement, burglary, what?
Unless you don't care about a possible extra fee on this trip, why don't you come over here to the office and let me tell you all about it?
Okay. Why not?
The CBS Radio Network brings you Mandel Kramer in the exciting adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account. America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to Western Maritime and Life Insurance Company, Las Vegas office. Following is an account of expenses incurred during my investigation of the Zip matter. In spite of what I had said to Pete Brenneman on the phone, I was glad to have the chance for another good look at this fabulous, exciting town in the middle of the Mojave Desert. There is something almost incredible about its wide-open gambling 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Even the drug and candy stores, groceries, and gas stations are equipped with slot machines to quickly relieve you of any loose change that you might have. Parts of Fremont Street, the main drag, have one big casino after another where you can play at the roulette and crap tables, blackjack, bingo, chemin de fer, poker, baccarat, you name it. And where you can also bet on the nags at any horse track in the country. And every one of the big, fancy, glamorous hotels has its own private casino. And nightclubs where you can rub elbows with broken-down miners or famous Hollywood stars, all gathered to watch the floor shows featuring the finest, best-paid entertainers in the country. I've seen men in rumpled denim shirts and faded blue jeans wager $100 bills on a single number at roulette, lose it, and walk away without a whimper. I've seen a sweet little gray-haired old lady, somebody's grandmother, win over $5,000 of craps, then give it all back via the slot machine route or on the flip of a card at the blackjack table. As for me, well, I've lost a little, won a little, and I'm thankful that gambling has never been a compulsion with me, or given me the false hope that in the long run, I could ever come out ahead. Naturally, I wondered if it had anything to do with this new case Pete Brenneman had for me. Expense account item 1, $1 even for a taxi from the Stardust to Pete's office.
Here, Johnny. Here, take a look at this.
Willard Rayfield Swift.
Yeah.
Well, Pete, since when has your company been attaching the picture of a beneficiary to an insurance policy?
Johnny, Western Maritime and Life will attach anything to a policy. Information on anything or anybody even remotely connected with the insured.
Well, what about this Willard Rayfield Swift?
Ever see him in the flesh?
Not that I know of.
Haven't you been doing any gambling over there at the Stardust?
Oh, a little.
Well, then you should have run into Swifty at one of the roulette wheels.
Well, after all, Pete, I've only been in town a few hours.
Long enough, Johnny. Long enough. That's his favorite place, and Swifty is a confirmed, incurable gambler.
At, let's see, what's it say here? The ripe old age of 31?
Yeah. Ever since his papa died about 6 years ago and left him a lot of dough.
Which I suppose didn't last very long.
Oh, Papa was smart and provided that the money be dealt out to Swifty in small amounts, if you can call $300 a week small amounts.
I'd call it a real nice legacy.
But he's carefully, steadily gambled away every cent of it. Yeah, and then some.
You mean he's borrowed?
That's exactly what I mean, and without the loaners knowing, the legacy to him is about to stop now.
Ouch.
Yeah, even more to the point, these loaners don't know the true facts about this policy.
What do you mean, Pete?
This policy is Uncle Fred's. And old Frederick Peyton died only day before yesterday, leaving no estate except this insurance, $120,000 worth.
120? Well, that should hold your boy Swifty for a while.
Except for one thing.
Yeah?
It's to be divided up 3 ways. Here, look at these other beneficiaries.
Doreen Janice Clayford. Wow. That's a pretty name, too.
A niece.
Is she really as good looking as this picture?
Sure is. Wait till you see her.
My. All that beauty and all that money. My tie straight, Petey? My hair look all right?
You look gorgeous, Johnny, but you're too late. Doreen's married to a fellow with a feed store.
Oh, you killjoy.
This other picture is another nephew, the other beneficiary.
Kenneth Kermer.
Uh-huh. Ken's the oldest one of the three.
Born in 1922, it says here. Let's see, that makes him about 40, doesn't it?
Yeah, he has a little cattle ranch up near Glendale.
Mm-hmm.
That's north of here. Does some well drilling and odd jobs in his spare time. Real hard worker, nice guy.
Well, now, what about him, Pete?
All three are equal beneficiaries, Johnny.
Oh? 40,000 apiece, then?
Mm-hmm, and that's just about what I understand Swifty owes. But...
Yes?
If one of them dies before this money is paid out, the remaining two will split 50-50.
60,000. It's a big difference.
Sure is, especially if a guy needs dough.
And, of course, if two of them were to go, so that only one of them would be left to collect.
And remember this, Johnny.
Yeah.
There never was any love lost between those two. I mean, between the nephews, Ken Kermer and Willard Swift.
What about the girl?
Oh, she's been pretty much apart from them, married and all. Those boys have always been at each other's throats. Hated each other's guts, would even go out of their way to make trouble, especially Swifty.
You think maybe one of them would go so far as to kill the other to grab a bigger share of the insurance?
Ken Kerman? Go that far? No. But Swifty? Yeah, I think he would. And Johnny?
Well?
You didn't see Swifty around the tables there at the Stardust, and you would have noticed him.
I think I would.
Well, Johnny, if you ask me, that means he's up to something. And you'd better get on this right away.
Well, Pete, I think you're right.
When you have to stay alert, don't let drowsiness slow you down. Perk up. Perk up with No Dose. The safe way to stay alert without harmful stimulants. Remember, when you're driving, working, studying, and monotony makes you feel drowsy. Perk up. Perk up with No Dose. No Dose.
There's a second reason for not wasting any time, Johnny, one I just found out about.
What's that, Pete?
The fact that Shorty Callahan is breathing down Swifty's neck.
Who's Callahan?
The punk he owes the nearly $40,000 to.
Oh.
What's more, Swifty knows that if he doesn't pay off Callahan and pronto, well, nobody can prove anything, at least nobody has yet. But it's been rumored around that people who try to welch on Callahan can end up very, very dead.
What nice people you know.
I wish I didn't.
Now, am I supposed to save Swifty from Callahan?
Why bother?
Just Ken Kermer from Swifty.
Yeah. If one of Callahan's boys were to knock off Swifty, nobody complained one bit. It'd be a case of good riddance.
Where did you say that Ken Kermer lives?
This side of Glendale, about 45 miles north of here.
Mm-hmm. Then if Swifty isn't at his usual place at the Stardust, if it turns out that he isn't even here in town...
Right, Johnny. You and I'd better hop into my car and... Oh, excuse me. Brenneman.
Mr. Brenneman?
Yeah?
Mr. Brenneman, this is Doreen Clayford.
Hey, Johnny, get close. Listen to this.
I'm right here.
Mr. Brenneman?
Yeah, go on, Doreen.
I'm here at the house in North Vegas.
Yeah?
Well, out on the highway. Well, only a couple of minutes ago.
Yeah?
Well, I met Swifty. Willard Swift. He was in a car he must have borrowed from someone.
Uh-huh.
Well, he was on his way up to Glendale to see Ken.
You're sure about that?
Yes, he told me so. And he'd been drinking. He was nasty. And he told me not to follow him, but I'm going to anyway.
Now, wait, Doreen.
No, I must, because, don't you see? Don't you see what might happen up there?
I certainly do.
I mean, with Uncle Fred's insurance still to be paid and all that money he owes. Well, I told you about that.
Yeah, I know.
And the way Swifty feels about Ken. Well, you know yourself about how he hates him, and because Ken won't give him the money to pay off his debt.
Yes, I know.
Swifty might do anything. In the mood he's in and all, the drinks he's had.
Doreen.
So if you want to get some help, the police or something, and drive up on there, will you, Mr. Brenneman?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Now, don't you go, Doreen. You let me take care. Hello? Oh, no. Johnny.
You have a car handy, Pete?
It's right out front.
Let's go. With Pete at the wheel, we swung right at the end of Fremont Street, then barreled down north on 91 toward the town of Glendale. In North Las Vegas, he stopped at a little house on one of the side streets, but only for a minute in the hope that Doreen was still there and had not gone on ahead. But apparently she had. So, out on the highway again, he really burned up the road, hoping a cop would spot us, would come along and give us a hand.
But darn it, when you need him, they're never around.
Oh, I wouldn't say that, Pete. But look ahead.
Yeah, I see. Looks like it's coming across the mountains from the east, too. If you know what these sudden Easters can do in this country, Johnny.
I'm afraid I do.
Let's just hope we can get there ahead of it. Hang on.
But about 30 miles later, the storm came with a vengeance. Believe me, it really clobbered us, and we had to slow to almost a crawl, even with the headlights on. Here and there in low spots, rivers of mud roared across the road, and half a dozen times we passed cars with their engines drowned out. Or maybe the drivers were simply smarter than we were and decided to sit out the storm because visibility was almost nil. Now and then we had to make our way cautiously around sizable boulders that had rolled onto the road.
Yeah, it's just no use, Johnny. Doreen's gotten there way ahead of us.
And you think her life might be in danger, too,
You knew Swifty as well as I do.
Hey, slow down and take it easy or we'll end up in a ditch.
You know what I wish, Johnny?
What?
One of Callahan's boys had taken care of Swifty.
Well, who knows? Maybe that's the real reason for his heading out of Vegas.
I sure hope so. But if he has gone out to Ken's ranch... Now, wait. Here's a turnoff. Thank goodness this side road is paved.
Pete?
Yeah, Johnny?
You seem pretty sure that Ken wouldn't try to get rid of one of the others.
Sure, I'm sure. Absolutely. Why?
Oh, I'm just sort of thinking about the whole situation, all the possibilities. And Doreen?
Doreen? Oh, now, Johnny.
How's her husband's feed business?
You know something? That poor guy's had more bad luck since he took over that... No, Johnny, no. Now, there's no reason in the world to suspect she might be up to what we suspect.
They've been married long?
Sure, a couple of years.
What'd she do before that?
Oh, dancer in one of the nightclubs. But now, listen, Johnny.
All right. Looks like the storm's letting up.
Yeah, and there's Ken's ranch right ahead.
There's 2 cars parked there.
One right next to the porch is Doreen's.
Well, she got here all right.
I just hope she's still all right.
Isn't that Doreen standing there in the doorway?
Yeah, she's okay, thank goodness.
I wonder. Look.
Yeah, she's waving at us, kind of frantically. Come on, Johnny.
Hurry, please!
What is it, Doreen? What's the matter?
I only got here a minute ago, Mr. Brenneman.
Yeah?
Swifty's car was here, and this front door was wide open, and...
Yeah, well?
Oh, who's this man?
He's Johnny Dollar, a special investigator.
Oh, thank heaven.
What's happened, Doreen?
Well, I heard a voice, shouting like he was mad, from back in there where that little door is.
The door of the shop where Ken has all his well drilling tools.
Yes.
Whose voice, Doreen?
Oh, I don't know. They always sounded so much alike, but then I heard a shot.
From inside the tool shop?
I don't know. But when I tried that door, it was locked, and nobody answered when I called.
All right, come along now.
Then I heard your car coming up, so I went out to meet you.
It's locked, all right. All right. Stand away now.
All right. Johnny, look, both of them.
Yeah. Let's see now. This one is... maybe over here.
Johnny?
This one's out like a light. And this one is dead.
Newport filter cigarette, Newport menthol cigarette.
There's that Newport theme again. Comes through like the taste of a Newport filter cigarette. Fresh and clear. Like the voice of a girl you used to know. Listen. There's a difference, all right. Like when you light up your first Newport. Man, you've never tasted anything like this. Good, rich tobacco flavor. The right amount of menthol and just a hint of cool, refreshing mint. What is it that fellow in the commercial says about Newport? Are there any questions, ma'am? Questions? No. I got the message. Newport's more refreshing to begin with, more refreshing all the way. Newport.
The dead man was the older of the two, Ken Kermit. He'd been shot through the chest with a .38 slug, which had then bounced off the wall in back of him and lay on the floor. While Pete and Doreen, with a wet towel and some whiskey they found, went to work on the other, on Swifty, I went over that tool shop with a fine-tooth comb. I looked around outside, too, and very thoroughly, but found nothing of any help. Then, when Swifty was feeling better and able to talk...
And this awful lump on your head, Swifty. What happened? But what happened in here?
A lot you care, don't you, Doreen? Don't give me that. You wish it was me laying here dead.
Well, I care. What did happen? Well, Swifty?
Okay. Give me a second to muster my thoughts, and I'll give it to you straight.
I think you'd better.
Well, I came here to...
Oh, you'd better not try to move yet.
I came here to see if there was any possibility that Ken had let me have some money.
Again, Swifty?
So what? What's it to you?
All right, Swifty, just tell your story.
Okay. At first, he didn't even want to let me out of the rain. He blocked the door. But then he saw Doreen's car make the turnoff from the highway. So he brought me in here and locked the door on us. There, you see it? He locked it with the key.
Yeah, on the inside here.
Then what happened?
And we had a big argument. Brother, I mean a real big one. That's when he hit me.
He did? Hit you with what?
How do I know? Like a jerk and against my mama's best instructions, I turned my back on him.
This little piece of pipeline here beside his hand?
Maybe so. Don't touch it, Pete. We may have to look for prints.
Right.
All right, Swifty, go on. What happened next?
How should I know? Don't you get a dollar? He knocked me out. Cold as a pancake. The next thing I knew, this loving Doreen here was splattering water over me just now.
You didn't hear the shot that killed him?
How could I? When I was laying here on the floor, out cold? Say, listen. Listen, you know what I think, Dollar?
What?
This little sweetness and light character here must have done it.
What? You mean me?
Yeah, I mean you.
Oh, and then locked the door on the outside, on the inside, and crawled out the keyhole. It's no good, Swifty. So you'd better think of a better one.
Callahan.
Like maybe you did it your own self after he hit you.
Wait a minute.
Then maybe threw the gun out of the window. And that's why it's broken. Why the window is broken.
No, wait, I said. Shorty Callahan. It had to be. One of him or one of his boys. Yeah. After Kenny knocked me out.
Possibility, Johnny.
Sure. Through the window. He must have followed me up here. In the rain and all, he thought it was me that he saw through the window. Only it wasn't. It was Ken.
He could be right, Johnny.
I don't think so.
Well, now, look, Johnny.
Yes, Pete?
Well, you know what I think, much as I hate to.
What?
That he's right about Callahan.
Sure I am.
You didn't find any sign of a gun, did you?
I didn't find any footprints outside either.
So the storm must have washed them away.
The storm was over, Pete.
There was still a lot of water draining off out there. You see how the window was broken? From the outside in. All the glass is here on the floor.
Broken that way by a bullet?
Why not?
Would only have left a hole, maybe some cracks.
Oh, you're crazy, Dollar. It must have been busted by the bullet.
All you had to do was raise the sash and strike it from the outside.
Me? Oh, now listen.
I think you killed him, Swifty, and for a very obvious reason. The insurance money.
And I say you're crazy. Because like he says, Dollar, where's the gun? Did you find one? Inside or outside or wherever you looked? Answer me that.
No, I didn't. But how did you, lying here supposedly unconscious, know that I was looking around outside? Well?
What are you, dumb? Because of the fresh mud all over your feet, that's how I know. You got nothing on me.
Mm-hmm. Not even your lie about Kermer seeing Doreen's car down at the turnoff? That's nearly half a mile, Swifty, and it was raining then and raining hard.
Yeah, then what about this? You think I slugged myself on the head?
That's exactly what I think, so that nobody would suspect you.
Then where's the gun I'm supposed to have used? Yeah, tell me that. Dig that up, and maybe somebody will believe this crazy accusation of yours. But until you find a gun, you hear me?
Afraid he's right, Johnny.
You bet I'm right. Or maybe you think I could have swallowed it. Maybe a zip gun. That would take a 38? Don't make me laugh.
You sure you looked through everything, Johnny?
Zip gun.
So it had to be somebody outside. Because only Kenny and me were inside here.
You're sure of that?
Yeah, I'm sure. I'd swear to it on a stack of Bibles. So it had to be somebody outside. Maybe Doreen here stepped out before you got here.
With no mud on my shoes.
So what?
She got here after the storm, parked up close to the porch. No, Swifty, you did it.
Without
a minute
gun.
ago, you told me how.
And I tell you, unless you can find a 38, but you can't, and then prove it belonged to me.
A zip gun, you said.
What?
Here in this shop, this Weld Rivers plumbing shop, is material enough for a dozen of them, 100 of them.
What do you mean, Johnny?
I knew there was something wrong about this bullet that went through Kermer, and you gave me the answer, Swifty.
I say you're crazy.
Johnny?
No marks from the rifling of a barrel on it. All right, Pete, here. Take this gun of mine and hold it on him.
Sure, but I still don't get it.
Well, I take a look through this stuff here, this pile of pipes. Until I find one that fits a 38.
Johnny.
And that still smells of gunpowder. And maybe a hammer with powder burns on it that he used to fire the cartridge. Maybe the cartridge case still in it. Then when I find Swifty's fingerprints on him on the zip gun he improvised so that nobody would find a pistol around. Well, Swifty?
Watch it, Swifty.
It's okay, Pete. Okay, Dollar, I'll cooperate.
It won't do you any good, Swifty. It's still murder.
I know, but maybe a judge would, or a jury would. Well, anyhow, it's that short one, that hunk of steel pipe on the workbench, and the hammer beside it.
So, once again, it's up to the courts. And I'm sure that Swifty will go up for life. At the least. Expense account total, including the trip back to Hartford, call it 200 even. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Now here is our star to tell you about next week's story.
Next week, the fastest jailing of a murder suspect you ever saw. Me. Join us, won't you? Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, is written by Jack Johnstone, produced and directed by Bruno Zerato Jr., music supervision by Ethel Huber, sound patterns by Joseph Cabibbo. Johnny Dollar is played by Mandel Kramer. Also featured in our cast were Jim Stevens as Pete Brenneman, Leon Janney as Swifty, and Rita Lloyd as Doreen. Be sure to join us next week, same time, same station, for another exciting story of Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. This is Art Hanna speaking.
Johnny Dollar.
Paul Peters, Johnny, at Western Identity Company.
Oh, hiya, Paul. How's the weather out there in the City of the Angels?
Johnny,
Yeah?
can you come out here right away?
What's up?
Well, put it this way. How would you like to give some much-needed help in the race for outer space?
Oh, well, if you mean take a ride in one of those experimental space capsules...
No, I mean...
Thanks, Paul, but I'll stay in the cheering section for a while.
No, I mean put a stop to the trouble that's threatening to... But, Johnny, we have no proof. No proof at all.
No proof of what?
That these deaths were anything but accidental. That they weren't incidental to something much bigger.
Paul...
But if you can find out who's in back of them, who's in back of all this...
Hey, look, will you start making sense?
What?
The race for outer space, remember?
Yes, Johnny, and you know its importance.
Yeah, and I take it some company, some client of yours has a hand in it.
Yes.
But they're having trouble.
Yes.
What?
Because although there's no proof, I'm convinced, Johnny.
Yeah? Well, come on, Paul.
All right. Sabotage.
Oh?
Yes, Johnny. Sabotage.
CBS Radio brings you Bob Bailey in the exciting adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account, America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to the Western Indemnity Company, Los Angeles office. Following is an account of expenses incurred during my investigation of the Flask of Death matter. Expense account item 1, $180.40 for a plane to New York, then one of the big jets to Los Angeles. Item 2, $570 for a cab to Paul Peters' office on Wilshire Boulevard on the strip they call the Miracle Mile.
I've arranged a rental car for you, Johnny, so you can get on up there right away.
On up where, Paul? And you still haven't told me what this is all about.
Look here at this detailed map, just above Santa Barbara. Here.
Hey, looks like that road runs off into the ocean.
On a high bluff overlooking the ocean is the Bar Manufacturing Company.
Bar.
From the names of Doctors Joseph L. Barham and Ralph T. Barnwell. They're a couple of top-grade scientists.
So what do they build? Spaceships?
Ostensibly, they make small aircraft components. But actually, well, after they were dropped from governmental service, they begged and borrowed a lot of money to set up a little plant. And they've developed a capsule they're sure will enable a man to return from outer space.
Kind of competing with the government, aren't they?
Barham and Barnwell are determined to prove that private enterprise can accomplish more than a lot of inter-service wrangling can.
More power to them.
And if they can prove their rescue capsule works, they'll make millions, Johnny, literally millions.
Well, I should think so.
Naturally, we, as their insurance company, will benefit too. So far, though, it's cost us a lot of money.
Oh, how, Paul?
Insurance policies on a couple of their key men who died recently under most peculiar circumstances.
Yeah, how?
During the testing of this device, but nobody seems to know exactly how or why those men died. Now, if you can find out for us...
Yeah, well, I can try.
Barham and Barnwell don't want you up there poking around, Johnny, but I've insisted on it, so they're expecting you.
I see.
So, will you get on up there right away?
Sure, why not? Thanks to a good freeway system, I arrived at the Bar plant shortly after 2 p.m. One of the guards led me onto a long steel platform that stuck far out over a wide cove at the edge of the ocean. At the end of it, surrounded by a lot of complicated machinery, attended by half a dozen men, was Dr. Ralph Barnwell at the controls of a gigantic hoist. A long, heavy steel cable on it was pulling something out of the deep waters of the cove. Much to my surprise, Dr. Barnwell didn't seem to resent my presence at all.
Yes, Dollar. Here comes the space capsule. This time the test has to be successful.
Say, tell me, Dr. Barnwell.
Twice before it was plunged, fired into this deep hole at the edge of the ocean under conditions simulating a return from outer space. Everything within the capsule functioned perfectly. The tests were a complete success. Except for one thing.
Yeah, what's that?
For no apparent reason. For no reason at all.
Yeah?
The man inside it was dead.
I see.
Easy now. Lower, Doc. Yes. All right now. Ready on the cradle. And that's why, Mr. Dollar. That's why my partner, Dr. Joseph Barham, insisted on making this test himself. All right, men. Release the pressure so we can open the door of the capsule. All ready? Good. All right, now come on, Dollar.
Open it up yourself, don't you?
Yes, I'll open it. Stand aside, men, so that we can... All right, now, Dr. Barham, did you... Joseph.
Whoa, Doctor.
Like the others, sir. Dr. Barham's dead.
You saw it yourself, Dollar. There was nothing inside that capsule that could possibly have killed Joseph Barham.
Yeah, well, now, maybe the autopsy will, Doctor?
Yes, of course. We'll have an autopsy, the same as we had on the other two men who died this way, but I know what the findings will be.
What, sir?
Asphyxiation. But I tell you, it's impossible. If the atmosphere inside it became insufficient or faulty for any reason at all, it would have shown up on the tape recordings that we so carefully checked over. And these young scientists we employed don't miss anything, Dollar.
Well, what about a poisonous gas of some kind in there?
Poisonous gas?
Well, 3 of these in a row, Doctor. It looks kind of deliberate, doesn't it?
The presence of any known poisonous gas would have been recorded, too.
Any known poisonous gas?
What?
Well, isn't that what you said, Doctor? And with all the people in the world who'd like to see you fail with the rescue capsule, don't you think a few of them might be clever enough to make up something you couldn't spot?
You're talking about some spy, that sort of nonsense?
Is it nonsense?
Nothing could be placed in that capsule without our knowing about it.
You're pretty sure of all the people you have working here?
Of course we are, as sure as we can be.
Yeah?
And what's more, if anything, any device had been placed in the capsule to release this poisonous gas you're talking about, we'd have discovered it when we opened the capsule. We'd have smelled traces of it.
Well, maybe. And maybe it sounds wild, Doctor, but have you considered the possibility of the man himself in there releasing some kind of...
Dr. Barham, a suicide? No. Good heavens, no.
All right, how was a breathable atmosphere provided inside that thing?
2 oxygen tanks, primarily, and a minus-pressure tank system containing a CO2 absorption unit, plus, of course...
Well, what's been done with the oxygen tanks that were aboard?
Why, they've probably been returned to the storerooms where they can be made ready for the next test.
You're not sure?
I tell you, Dollar, the presence of any poisonous gas...
Any known poisonous gas, remember? You know that rescue capsule inside and out, don't you?
Every square inch. Even the most minute detail.
Well, I know nothing about it, but, Doctor, that might be an advantage in my investigation.
What?
Because I have no preconceptions about why or how some device couldn't be put aboard.
I'm afraid I don't follow.
So maybe I'm just the one to find out how it was.
But that doesn't...
Also, I have a strange little hunch I'd like to follow up. Do you believe in hunches, Doctor?
Hardly. As a scientist, But, Mr. Dollar, if your hunch can result in finding the killer among us...
Maybe it will, Doctor. Maybe it will. My hunch was a long shot, and I knew it. But my hunches usually pay off. Dr. Barnwell promised no interferences and gave me a pass that would get me by his security guards to any department or laboratory in the place. I talked with some of his bright young scientists and engineers and other technicians, not because I expected to get anything from them, and I didn't, but to hide my real purpose. Then I wandered into the storeroom where the oxygen cylinders were kept. I talked to a rather dull-witted character named Pete Prosser.
Just about to empty out these here little oxy bottles and go home. Say, didn't I see you up there on the dock with Dr. Barnwell this afternoon, Mr. Dollar?
Yeah, that's right, Pete. And, aren't you the one who opened some of the valves on the outside of that capsule just before Dr. Barnwell opened the door of it?
Well, release valves, they call them, Mr. Dollar.
Yeah.
I open them up real slow so as to let the inside pressure get what you call equalized with the outside air.
Or to release whatever was inside that killed it.
Oh, what you say, Mr. Dollar?
Pete, where do the oxygen bottles come from that are used to provide an atmosphere in that capsule?
Right here in my storeroom, Mr. Dollar.
Oh, you fill them up yourself? From a master cylinder of the stuff, something like that, huh?
Oh, no, sir. I only issue them out when I get the orders, Mr. Dollar. I guess they don't think I got brains enough for anything much else. But I really have, Mr. Dollar. I got a lot of...
Well, who does fill them up for use?
Well, now, that's a funny thing, Mr. Dollar. I don't exactly know.
You don't know?
But it must be some of the scientists they got all around here. For all I know, Mr. Dollar, is they're always full and ready when I get the orders to deliver flask number so-and-so and so-and-so up to the dock. I come down here and get them and then help install them.
What happened to the bottles that we used this afternoon?
Well, the first thing we done, Mr. Dollar, was check them out up there on the dock.
Check them out?
Well, sure, Mr. Dollar, to be sure they still had pressure in them in case their running out was what killed poor Dr. Barham. But it wasn't. On account of they still had plenty of pressure.
You emptied them up there?
Oh, no, sir, Mr. Dollar. That's what I was going to do when you come here just now. You see them here on this rack?
Yeah. What have you hooked them up to? That pipe through the ceiling there. What's that?
Oh, that's the exhaust. You see, I just put this valve, And they empty out in the air where they can't cause no explosion or nothing.
No, wait. Close that valve.
Oh, sure. Only we can't fill them up fresh if we don't empty them first.
Hey, Pete, well, listen, Pete.
Yes, sir, Mr. Dollar.
Well, I've kept you after hours, and I'm sorry for that.
Oh, that's all right.
So, why don't you run along and I'll take care of emptying these flasks for you, huh?
Well, now, that's real nice of you, Mr.
Yeah,
Dollar.
sure. I'll see you in the morning.
Yes, sir. Well, good night, Mr. Dollar, and thank you, sir.
When he was gone, I tore over to one of the laboratories I'd visited earlier. There I borrowed a couple of healthy-looking white mice. Then back to the storeroom. I hooked a tube onto each of the oxy bottles and slowly fed the contents, supposedly pure oxygen, into the cage with the mice. Well, for a while, they cavorted about very merrily, and I wondered if for once my hunch had been a wrong one. But then, suddenly, the mice keeled over, lay there, gasping for breath. And by the time I could shut off the valve, both of them were stone dead. Now I knew how Dr. Barham and the others had been killed inside the space rescue capsule. But by whom? And more important at the moment, why? And then I remembered the old Latin phrase, cui bono, who benefits? And the answer came so easily I could have kicked myself. But how to prove all this? Well, maybe if I took the lethal oxygen tanks up to Dr. Barnwell's office and... maybe there was a better way. Yeah, a little less dangerous.
Yes, come in. Oh, come in, Mr. Dollar.
Hi, Doctor.
Well, as long as you're still around, why don't we have dinner together and see? What's that you have there?
Oh, it's just one of the oxygen bottles that was taken off the rescue capsule this afternoon. Yeah, I'll fit it here by the door.
May I ask why?
Well, because I think the valve has developed a leak, and I just thought you ought to know about it.
The valve? It leaks?
Sure. Did you hear it?
Yes. Yes, well, then we'd best get it out of here.
Oh, no, that's all right. Sit down, Doctor. I want to talk with you.
Yes, but a lot of additional oxygen in here. If you were to forget and light a cigarette, light a match.
I won't forget. Probably wouldn't do a thing anyway.
Now, Mr.
You know, in spite of your nice reception, I understand you didn't want me to come up here and poke around.
Well, I'm sorry if you got that impression. It's probably because Dr. Barham and I thought that...
you and Barham got out of government service, didn't you?
Why, yes, we did, because the
security boys found out some things about you they didn't like?
I know, that's ridiculous.
Doctor, I'm not going to beat around the bush any longer. I should have known there was something phony about your ordering the pressure released in that capsule before you'd opened it up this afternoon.
What?
It was really to dissipate the poison gas in it, wasn't it?
What poison gas? Mr. Dollar, I told you my opinion of your poison gas theory earlier. But now about this flask of oxygen you
Doctor, now that the capsule works, it's worth millions, isn't it?
Works? By killing 3 good men?
The first 2, I suspect, were to convince everybody it was accidental.
What?
Sure. So nobody'd be suspicious when Dr. Barham...
Dollar.
Yeah. Leaving everything to you.
What is this nonsense? And listen, about this leaky bottle of oxygen...
Well, now, why get so upset about it?
I'm not upset.
Then sit down.
No,
Doctor, I said sit down.
What do you mean? Done?
Yes, sir, that's right. Now move over so I can call the police to come and pick you up for murder.
No, you can't prove it. And listen to me.
Well?
Listen, we must get out of here quickly.
Oh, I'm in no hurry. Now, Dr. Barnwell...
Listen, that flask there by the door leaking the gas in here.
I thought it was harmless oxygen.
It is, of course it is. Only just... Please, let me out.
Doctor, you try to move and I'll pull this trigger so help.
But that gas... That hydrogen oxygen gas.
Oh, is that what you really put in that harmless-looking little flask?
Yes.
The same slow-acting gas you used to kill your partner and the other 2, huh?
Yes.
Then you admit it, huh?
Yes, I killed him. I killed Barham to get the plant for myself.
You'll put that in writing?
Anything, but let me out before the gas kills me, too. I can feel it now. We're too late, Dollar. We're too late.
Oh, stop blubbering and get up on your feet.
Too late, we'll die.
Wrong, Doctor. This flask isn't one of those out of the capsule.
What?
No. I pulled this one off the shelf. All it holds is pure oxygen. I hope. I don't know, of course, but I suspect the government will take over. Maybe they'll have something in that space rescue capsule. But as for money, royalties, well, I'm sure that Barnwell won't be able to spend more than in prison. Expense account total, including a couple of days and nights in Santa Barbara and a trip back to Hartford, $431 even. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. A story that's called The Wholly Unexpected Matter. And believe me, the title fits. Yeah, it involves a wild trip across the country in search of a killer. A killer who just happens to be looking for me. Who apparently knows more about my plans and where I'm going than I do myself. All of which leads up to a really unexpected twist at the end of the yarn. I think you'll like this one. Like it a lot. So join us, won't you? Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Johnny Dollar, starring Bob Bailey, originates in Hollywood and is written, produced, and directed by Jack Johnstone. Heard in our cast were Paul Duboff, Parley Bear, G. Stanley Jones, Forrest Lewis, Tom Hanley, and Bill James. Be sure to join us next week, same time and station, for another exciting story of yours truly, Johnny Dollar.